setting up the podcast right now. Oh boy, happy you're way too early, bro. Way too early, bro.
Yo,
Oh,
Bobby,
yeah,
what's up, bro?
either
How was your weekend?
going, dude. I'm taking a break. We're supposed to do. One guy's still in court. He said he's gonna jump on.
Yo, I didn't know that you recorded. You should have told me. You shouldn't like make an announcement that the live's gonna be recorded.
Of course, is could you guys hear me and everything's going okay or no? Because I'm starting to get weird, like
Yeah, I can hear you.
okay. All right, yeah, we're supposed to get some members of your community on here, but I guess some people backed out. Money is still for posting, but man, dude,
Yeah,
trouble.
but what group chat are you on?
I
You
can't tell you
mentioned the
that.
group
I
chat.
can't
No,
disclose
no,
who
let
all
me
the people.
rejoin, man. The
Go
connection.
ahead.
I don't know what's. I don't know.
What's up? There, bro. Ooh. Yeah, you there, bro?
Yo,
We're gonna go Peasky today. 509. Yeah, dude, you see what's going on, bro? It's absolutely wild, dude.
it's better now.
Florida, dude, they're doing immigration checkpoints now at the truck stops. Absolutely crazy.
They're doing it everywhere. I heard.
Well, Florida right now, yeah, and then Florida just arrested that dude, him, Roberto
The
Cervantes.
Mexican dude, yeah, the
Yeah,
Mexican. They got that the white bag. They arrested him from Jersey.
yeah, it's gonna be crazy,
You,
dude.
you don't hear the Mexicans crying now, right? Like they're not telling their guy, oh, he's driving illegally. I don't see any
Dude, it
videos
just
being
happened, bro.
posted on that.
Let it breathe a little bit,
I
bro.
don't go say so. Who
It
cares?
just happened, bro.
That doesn't matter, dude.
What do you mean doesn't matter?
Why is he driving illegally? Why is he
Yeah,
driving
well, he's
illegally?
getting deported, isn't he?
Did he how did he enter? How did he enter the United States? He hopped
Well,
the border, right? Just like the other guy.
yeah, exactly. And he just got caught.
But
He's
the
getting
only thing
deported.
is, he just didn't make a U-turn,
But
but
he
he's still
didn't.
driving
He
illegally.
didn't
But
unalive
here's the
anybody,
difference,
bro.
though.
Crazy, bro.
Here's the difference, Bobby. You want to know what the difference
What's
is?
the difference, bro? Tell me what the difference.
Harjinder, right? The guy, that's his name, Harjinder, right? From Florida, the one who made the U-turn.
Oh, yes.
He made the U-turn. He had his license legally.
Okay.
You understand that, right? Like, even though like I don't agree with the way
He
he
didn't
entered
have
in
it.
and like the work permit shit.
Didn't have
Nah,
it.
he did, bro.
He's
Like he had a
against
CDL.
FMCSA regulation, bro. Stop with this.
Yeah, all right. Well, no,
I send you the
he had a.
exact
You can blame
have
the
the
state,
regulation.
dude.
No, he's not. I have
You
notes,
can blame
bro.
the state. But that's a discussion later.
It means a
That's a
discussion.
different discussion. Well, that's a different discussion.
Why is it a
He
different
had his
discussion?
license. This Mexican hombre did not have his license, dude. This guy was completely illegal. You understand? The one from Jersey, they just arrested today.
Yeah, I got everything figured out now, bro. I figured out how to work all this stuff on here. I got my TikTok chat going. I got my chat going, even though probably nobody's watching on YouTube, but that's okay.
Hey, but why'd you cut off the good parts, Bobby?
What?
You cut off the good parts on the YouTube.
What do you mean? I didn't cut it.
I saw the YouTube, like it popped up the other day. I subscribed
I
and
released a full one as well on YouTube. I can't even. We can't
yeah,
even
no,
say that
that's
word,
what,
bro.
but you cut off the good
red
parts.
red tube channel. Then they're gonna ban my. They're gonna restrict my lives. They hear me.
Oh shit.
Yeah. But anyways, bro. Yeah, dude. A lot of crazy stuff happening, bro. A lot of crazy stuff happening. That company
Like what?
shut down, right? The Sings guy company being investigated, bro. It's wild because I mean, it's not only you. It's not only the Indian people, but it's a lot of Golian, a bunch of other people doing the same thing, bro. I jump.
Doing what, the U-turns?
No, not the U-turns. What they're doing is they're bringing these people in here. They're putting them in their driving schools, right? The driving school has a connection to the DMV, or they send somebody else to take the license. Dude, it's getting crazy.
Dude, Bobby, what have I been saying for the past couple months? You've been on this live. I've been on this live here and there, like for a couple months now.
Yeah.
I've been saying this shit for a while, dude. When I say to people like, "Oh no, you're just being racist," there's another guy on TikTok, bro. I said the same shit. I was like, "Yo, like these non-domicile CDLs, they're a problem, dude. Like you're gonna have to address it sooner or later."
They're addressing it, right? We got Peterbilt on here. Fastest Peterbilt, you on?
Yes, sir.
What's going on, buddy?
It's my analogy is like it's like having an electrician. Would you hire an unlicensed electrician with no experience go inside your house, mess with the electrical?
Honestly, I would, bro, and I'd hire illegal electrician if he's gonna save you money. He does a good job. The reason why I find it a little bit differently is because the electrician's not driving 80,000 pounds on the highway with my kids and my wife in the car traveling. You know what I mean? I get what you're
but you could burn
saying.
your house down.
I get what you're saying, but it's like, in my opinion, it's just a little bit different, a lot different, because, you know what I mean? Like, say if you're good at laying tile, right? You can't speak English. Like, if you're gonna go lay some good tile, you just lay good tile, bro. You're not really hurting anybody. You know what I mean? But if, like, for example, like, can't read, like, say there's like, say you could read just signs, but say there's like a sign, right, that just popped up, like an emergency sign that has like a bunch of words in English, like, hey, slow down, 2 miles ahead because this, blah blah blah. They can't read it. They keep on going, and they end up plowing through traffic. You know what I mean? With 80,000 pounds, that's the wild part.
But what if you go to like living room and you try to turn on a light switch, and then your garage door opens?
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying, bro. Trust me, I hired some American people that completely sucked, dude, and ruined like a bathroom. I get what you're saying, bro. I get where you're coming from. I get it, but like, if the person's good at their trade, they're gonna be good regardless of their English or they don't. But it's just a little bit
But
different.
it's not like you kill anybody with the garage door opening. You could just hire somebody else and get that
No, I
get
get
that
what
fixed.
you're saying. You're saying, like, you don't want to bring nobody to mess up your shit, but your house can get messed up just by anybody. I get where you're coming from, but like, I believe that like union jobs shouldn't be available to equal or non-green card holder people. I don't think like police officer job, government jobs. I don't think all those kind of jobs are available. You know, a perk of
Oh, what
having a
kind of
green card,
jobs?
like a
Like
police
cleaning,
officer, a firefighter,
janitorial?
any kind of union. You know what I mean? Anything like that. You know.
No, what kind of jobs should be available? Like janitorial?
Well, no, just what do you mean, any kind of jobs? I mean, it's like anything that's non-union. They still do the same thing. Not union. You know what I'm saying? It'll be, dude. If you don't speak English, bro, and you're good at freaking, like I said earlier, tiles, and you do a great job in tiles, you're gonna make a bunch of money regardless, bro, because you're good, because you're talented.
Yeah, or like roofers, like or concrete guys. Like these guys. We work with these guys. My dad's a contractor. We hire these guys we pick these guys up from Home Depot. We have like, bro, for like past 25 something years, my dad's been a contractor, and we work with Mexicans, and a lot of these guys come from Guatemala,
Yeah,
and they're like they don't speak a lick of English, but
well,
you
I
give
think
them
you
a
just
case of beer.
get some guys from Waylo. Sometimes we get some stuff that we.
Hey, Bobby, what do you think about like the health issue in trucking? Like everybody talks about the non-domicile CDLs and all that, but nobody really talks about people buying their people paying to get their medical cards, when they're overweight, and that's all types of people like white Americans, foreign drivers.
Yeah,
They'll go to doctors like chiropractors and other type like doctors they'll just write it off, even if you have high blood pressure. You shouldn't be driving, but the doctor's still gonna give you a 2-year medical card. What do you think about that?
I missed the whole question. What do I think
And it's a
about them
problem, like, yeah. No, I'm asking you, like, what do you think about, people, like, I don't think this is an issue that's being addressed enough, where drivers, when they get the medical card, right, they're going to chiropractors and doctors they'll sign off, even if you have high blood pressure or if you're obese, where you shouldn't really be driving, you shouldn't be eligible for a 2-year medical card at all,
I mean, I don't know about
and
I
they
got
still
high
got
blood
it.
pressure all the time, dude. I don't know. Obese, I guess you could say. I don't know, but I mean,
Yeah, but you know there's a
depending on the
problem.
severity of the condition. I mean, I don't know, bro. That's
It's not a lie. The guy in the comment, it's not a lie, dude. Like you can go on, if you go on Truckers Reports, I don't know if you guys heard of it. It's like a forum where like
yeah.
these old school truck drivers, they have like a circle jerk online, and that's where they like gather online, right on the forums,
Yeah.
and they ask each other like, hey, like who do I get this? I have high blood pressure. My AC 130 or some shit like that, whatever it's called, is like really high. How do I get this medical card? And they ask each other that. Like it's not a lie. It's happening.
Well, I mean, yeah, I
And
get.
on top, you can see it, dude. You don't have to believe me. Just go to the truck stops. How many obese truck drivers do you see? I'm not talking about just white people, man. I'm talking about all types of truck drivers. How many obese truck drivers do you see?
Yeah, I
They
mean,
should
I
not be
definitely
behind the
think it's
wheel.
wrong. I mean, there's
And
also
would you
diabetes,
trust?
right? Like, I got a buddy that was
Would you
born with
trust
diabetes.
if you got on a plane, Bobby? Right, Bobby. If you got on a plane and your airplane pilot was obese, would you sit on the plane or would you walk in the other direction?
He's
Would you
just
walk in the
obese. I'd
opposite
sit on the
direction
plane, bro.
and book a different flight?
How would I like?
So you would fly in the plane.
Yeah, with the obese
But the
dude.
plane
Yeah, why
starts
not?
That's
tipping
crazy, dude.
So what'd you say,
mid-flight.
Peterbilt?
and the plane starts tipping mid-flight.
Yeah, it starts leaning forward. Bro, I don't know, bro. I don't know, dude. I mean, obesity is a whole different subject in this country. But I mean, with the medical card, I get what you're saying from. It's like I got a buddy, for example, that is. Why are you back here? I walked in on the live, I guess. I guess it's a little bit different with diabetes, right? 'Cause there's different type of diabetes too, I guess. I got a buddy that was born with diabetes, and then he like just when we used to drink, he used to just pass out of nowhere. I mean, obviously, that's probably not a good sign if you're just gonna be passing out of nowhere. Yeah.
I mean, it's a problem, man. Everybody talks about the non-domicile CDLs and like the flip-flops and shit. Well, that is a problem, man. Like I agree with them, but this is also another problem in the industry. Like, it should be addressed, dude. Like it's not safe, man. And God forbid you have a heart attack on the road because you eat too many burgers or like fried chicken and shit.
Of instances like places I worked at before, like driver just died, like heart attack, like just or whatever. Yeah, I mean that's definitely an issue, bro, and that's why medical cards are there, and they should be getting checked out properly if they're not, obviously. But right now we don't have an issue of a guy having a heart attack and then crashing into something and unaliving people. We have political environment of where we're after people that don't speak English and agenda right now, and that's why it's a big topic right now, dude. Later on, when we got folks on a hamburger and crashes, and we'll have that talk when we cross that bridge, I guess. But for right now, we're on with that. Is what it is. If anybody else wants to call in, you're more than welcome to call in too. If you guys something to say, you don't got to say in the chat. You could call on in. I think we got some time still before other people jump on to do podcasting. But yeah.
So what's up with this Punjabi group chat, man? You got to give us the insight. So what's the?
You should be giving me the insight. You're the damn Indian, dude. You should be telling me.
I'm not in the group chat. Why don't you add me to it?
Why are you not in the group chat?
I'll send you my
number.
number.
You're not in an Indian group chat, bro.
I'll send you my number. What group chat is this?
I can't add you to it. I have to ask him first, bro. I'm not gonna be asking what's going on.
Yeah, but like, who added you?
I can't tell you. Why you keep on asking me personal questions, dude?
All right, so it's probably fake, dude. You probably just made it up.
I'll send you a screenshot, but I'll blink out the shit. Why would
Send
I lie?
it, bro.
Why would I lie about that? That just makes no sense.
Well, so what did they talk about?
Right now, they're talking about how the the GoFundMe and all the fundraising and the petition stuff. That's all like made up fake by people.
It's fake, bro.
Yeah.
So look, I'll tell you about the petition, right? Well, let's just jump right into it.
Mm-hmm.
The petition was started by a lady in Australia, all right. And from what I heard, I didn't really check out the petition. Obviously, I didn't sign it, right? But from what I heard, they changed like the petition 3 or 4 times. They changed like stuff in the description, maybe like 3 or 4 times already. Like it's pretty inconsistent, right? Yeah. And like I said, it started from a lady in Australia. I don't know who the GoFundMe is started by, but there's a lot of people with self-interest. Like they're obviously looking at that they're using this situation just to make some money. And that's all it is.
Yeah, I know. And they're about to
and I believe the petition, you could donate like $2 or it's like a subscription kind of thing on change.org. And a lot of people did.
Hey Sonny, how do you call? I'm the Sonny. Happy, how do you call in here, dude? I'm trying to get Roger to call in here, but I can't figure out how to call in.
You gotta click his profile.
Click his profile?
Yeah, click his profile and then invite him. Or he has to call in. He has to click a guest and then request thing. Yeah, he's on here. He's on here.
On here? Okay.
Yeah, he's up.
Hey, Bobby. Good day. Good day to everyone.
What's going on, buddy?
Okay.
Hey, yo, bring up Lee and Lisa. Oh, 1 second. Sorry to cut you off. Yo, bring up Lee and Lisa, dude. Because they're actually they've been on other Punjabi lives. There's this guy in like Indianapolis.
Just have him call.
His name is Johal. I don't know if you talked to him.
What do you want to say, Roger?
Okay. Good afternoon to everybody. Again, Bobby, I think you're amazing for what you do. Okay. Here's my comment. I'm of the belief that anyone that fails an English examination test by a qualified ICE or DOT operator, their company should immediately, within 36 hours, have their total insurance pulled. They should be given enough time for their assets to get home, and their insurance should be pulled. And that's the way to stop this. When you take the economic disposition out of it, because they're virtually operating illegal anyways, that will shut this down in a heartbeat. That's my comment.
Wait, so
Bobby,
you're saying
what
get
do
the
you
insurance
think?
pool of the company which this happens to? You're saying? Sorry.
Absolutely. So let's say company ABC hires a driver that cannot communicate up to industry standards in English.
Hmm.
They get pulled over by a qualified enforcement personnel, whether it be state trooper, whether it be ICE, whether it be someone in the enforcement discipline. And if they fail that English test, automatically their insurance should be canceled in 36 to 48 hours. Give the assets enough time to get home, okay, but cancel that insurance because the insurance is the economic lifeline. And if somebody was to have their insurance canceled because of this, the balance of probabilities they will not get insured again. What
So
do
you're
you
saying
think,
after the
Bobby?
first, like, this is just going in hard. I mean, I think there should be some kind of warning. Like, say for example, like the what that Chinese guy, right, that got stopped and failed that English proficiency. I mean, in my
Yeah.
opinion, like the first time should be a warning. The second time should be like an impounding of the truck. And the third time, I would say maybe like cancel the insurance. You know what I mean?
Well, again, Bobby, everybody's got a different view. And the positive side of this is between you and I, we only have what's in the best general interest of the motoring public in front of us. We have no personal axe to grind. It is not racial or anything like that. There's merit to what you're saying, Bobby, but the issue is what happens between the first time it's identified and the third time, because there's going to be a time lapse there. And that time lapse could have a very serious implication. And there's been another one today, I believe in New Mexico, where a refrigerated carrier that starts with P did a U-turn in a non
Prime?
author.
No, it's Florida. The Roberto Cervezas guy. That's the guy that's already, he's actually already getting in trouble for that. He got busted with the,
I,
I think it was
Wait,
a
is it
shipping deal.
Prime?
it's two trucks. Nah, that's not a prime.
No, it
It
wasn't
was
Prime.
two trucks. I think it was Amazon.
No, I'm sorry. Who are you speaking with?
No,
J Money? Is that who are we speaking with?
it was the
Yeah.
first
Okay.
company you mentioned, sir. It
Oh,
was
it
the
was.
first yeah, it was the first company you mentioned. Okay. And they did a U-turn in a official only U-turn designated area. And a vehicle struck probably the last 12 feet of the trailer. Okay. And I just got notification of that. I'll send it to you, Bobby.
Yeah, that's. I mean, because this stuff like seriously goes like super deep, dude. Because I mean, like the more like I'm looking into this, I mean, like you see, you got these drivers coming in, and you got the trucking, right? They're in this. Then you got the DMV, obviously these liberal states that are just giving out these CDLs like candy. And then you got like from my understanding, like a lot of times, the schools will have like a person that goes takes the test for the person that looks like similar to them. I mean, like this is
Absolutely.
yeah, this is getting like wild at this point, man. Like
Absolutely. And finally now, in my humble opinion, it's finally getting what it needs. But the question is how much resources in dollars, how much resources in time and resources and intellectual people are they going to throw at this?
well, Florida's
Because
throwing a lot.
it just cannot continue. And you know that, Bobby.
Yeah, Florida's about to lock that whole state down, dude. I mean, they're talking about like immigration checkpoints at every single wait station. I mean, it's about to get wild. It's about to get wild in Florida, that's for sure.
All you need is Florida, Arkansas, Texas, Oklahoma enforcing the rules,
Can't get
and all this shit stops. Where are they gonna go? Where the
Well,
foreigners gonna go?
if I
They're
may,
going down south.
sir, I think Tennessee should be in there, Missouri in
Yeah.
there as well. I don't know if anybody remembers when you were only allowed 73 to 80. That's now
Iowa,
I'm really dating
Iowa should have
myself.
been in there too. Iowa, Nebraska.
I think Iowa, Missouri would be.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And if you can have a line there, not a wall, if you can have a regulatory line there that runs north to south, that would be a huge step forward.
From
In
what
my
I
opinion.
heard, from what I heard, right? Insurance companies aren't insuring non-domicile CDLs, and I got a couple emails right from like let's say like JB Hunt, just the other day. In the description, they offered me a load, right? It was like a power only load. In the description, they said in all caps, non-domicile CDLs and temporary work visa CDLs will not work
Yeah, well,
for this load.
temporary work visa
So it
CDLs,
starts like
according
I
to
think
FMCSA
it'll
regulations, shouldn't even be allowed to happen. That's the problem, bro.
Agree, Bobby.
yeah,
Well
Right.
but
said.
it's happening though.
Well said, Bobby.
Well,
And there's something else that has to clamp down is these B1, B2 visas for
Mexico.
Canadian immigrants has to be revoked as well, in my opinion. The
Yes.
B1, B2 visas,
Gentlemen, just jump
because
in. You
that
good, buddy?
is a cancer.
Hey Roger,
Yes, sir.
what do you think about the Mexico guys coming up with the double plates? And I'm assuming you're from Canada, right? Maybe you haven't seen it, but they come up in they're all over like Texas and Arkansas and stuff like that. You'll see them all everywhere.
Yeah, they're
They
doing
have
that
different plates.
cabotage.
They'll have like a Mexico plate and let's say like Tennessee or Texas, and they're all over. These guys come from Mexico and they're driving for 25 cents a mile. The companies figure out a way. It's a
Okay.
US-based
All
company.
right, Bobby. Okay.
No, it's my. You guys go ahead, bro. I'm here.
Okay,
And-
sir,
I
if
just
I
can't
may.
show it
okay.
on- I can't
If-
show it
if-
on the live. They're gonna restrict it.
Okay,
Oh,
if-
okay, okay.
Sir, if I may, I'm an L1 to work in the US, FM3 to work in Mexico. I've worked in Brownsville. I've worked in Matamoros. I've worked in Los Angeles, as well as Monterrey and Reynosa, always in transportation. And again, what you're saying is not wrong, okay? But now it's all, most of it is out in the forefront. Okay, most Mexican carriers, in my experience, operate very reasonably and rationally. It's been in the last 5 years, you've had a tidal wave, a tsunami of people that are working illegally. And the reason why it was so hard is because people could not get financed in Mexico to acquire assets. They're now getting financing through alternative means and methods.
Oh,
And
what's
that's
the
why
alternative
you're
methods?
getting,
They said Duffy's making an announcement tomorrow 9 a.m. Do you know what that announcement is going to be about tomorrow 9 a.m.?
No, so Roger, you want to know what I heard?
yes,
So,
sir.
and like drivers told me, like I'm not just making this up, man. I spoke to Mexican drivers, like they came to New Jersey and New York. I spoke to a guy. There's a driver from like Laredo. His company's based out of Laredo. He told me that his company has only 15 trucks. Out of all the 15, I believe like 13 or 14 of them are Mexico-based drivers. And what his boss does is he has a yard in Laredo. He has one of those trailers that has like beds in them and like couches and stuff like that. And all the Mexico guys illegally they can only stay for a certain amount of time in the U.S. until they have to go back. But what these guys do is they'll stay in the yard, and when they have to go back, they'll just drive back and come back the next day. And like these guys are running all over the U.S. They'll change the BOL.
Yeah, but
To,
you're
make
talking about
it
cabotage
seem like
at this point,
they picked up from Mexico.
Yeah,
that's
you're
on
right,
both
Bob.
sides.
Okay, I have heard those stories, but me
Canada-
personally have
Canada guys are doing it
physically
too.
not seen it. I've physically not seen it. And what I'm suggesting is now is the time, because this cannot continue, because it's not in the best interest, A, of the general motoring public, and B, the industry as a whole. Bobby, I don't want to hog this. I thank everybody, and everybody's going to have the best day they can. And if you're a driver, you're to be respected, appreciated, and please drive safe.
Have a good
Thank
one,
you.
buddy.
And don't wear flip
Thank you,
flops.
Don't wear
Facts.
flip-flops. If I was a CDL driver, I personally would wear
Hey,
flip-flops.
he kind of sounds like Jordan Peterson.
What's up?
Roger kind of sounds like Jordan Peterson.
Sounds nothing like Jordan
Roger,
whatsoever.
he does, bro. What? That's crazy.
Zero, bro. Bad. Horrible. Not even close, dude. But yeah, anyway, so we're gonna get back. So these guys, okay. but it's coming down to the point, like what I've been investigating is, again, not only the Indian community, right? Other communities as well, like Europeans and all these other people. So they're bringing these people in.
Russians.
They're bringing, yeah, definitely Russians. They're bringing them to these traffic schools, bro. You know what I mean? Getting them these CDLs. They're using these states as loopholes, bro. And then, like, even today, I had this one guy comment on me saying like, "Oh, what?" Like, I couldn't pronounce like the victim's name at that Wichita, Kansas truck stop. He's like, "Oh, you can't even pronounce his name." Blah blah blah. I'm like, "Yeah, exactly. You're making my point." So if I was in his country and I can't even pronounce his name, how should I be driving 80,000 pounds down the streets if I can't even read person's name? You get what I'm saying? But everybody that's like coming in here saying that English doesn't matter, you don't need to know English, like, you know, to drive truck. Yeah, you do, bro. Like, you straight up do. Like that Chinese guy on that
Bobby,
video, like he doesn't even know what a BOL is, bro. You know what I mean? Like you need
don't,
to have some kind
don't you
of
think?
base of English language to be able to drive these trucks, dude.
Don't you think there's a difference between having, like knowing broken English versus not speaking English at all?
Yeah, of course. Broken
Like,
English as long as
would
you
you make an
understand, it's
exception?
fine.
Like,
Of course.
okay,
Yeah, I mean, bro, if you know what a BOL is, you know what a street sign is, you communicate in English, that's fine, bro. I get it, but
yeah,
not.
I dealt with this in the Bronx, right? I was delivering a beer load, and there's a guy from Mexico. You know, like a lot of these guys deliver from like Laredo to the Bronx, right? There's a Mexican driver who came there. He didn't know any English. He had to use a translator app, right? Now, look, me personally, I don't have any issue with that because the guy was very nice. You know, he was very very nice. It was his first time in New York, and you know, I'm from New York. You know, so I told him like, yo, just be careful with the bridges. I translated on the app, you know, using his phone. But that's my experience, man. Like I dealt with this. I dealt with having to use a translator to communicate with one of these guys.
Yeah, but you're talking about a driver
Like
or you're talking about a
it,
receiver?
it was a driver, dude, like a truck driver. Like he was from Mexico. He was or like Laredo, I guess, right? And he didn't know any English. He had to use an app. But like he was a Mexican driver, and he had to use a translator app.
Yeah, you
Like
shouldn't be
I wasn't
driving, bro.
rude to the guy. You know,
Translator,
I
you
helped him
shouldn't be
out,
driving, bro.
but
There's no
like
way you should
the
be
guy was
driving.
nice, you know. So I helped him out. I mean, but he shouldn't be driving though. Like that at the end of the day.
Hey, Pooh,
Hi
you want to?
guys. Hi guys. Thanks for picking me up. I just had a quick question. You guys are talking about speaking English, or are you guys talking about the accident that happened? I didn't catch all of it.
I mean, that's what started the whole thing. Yeah, I mean, the accident happened, and now there's
So,
immigration checkpoints in Florida, and
yes.
yeah, so I mean, all kind of.
Yeah. So yeah. So I just wa- I'm I totally believe that what happened was not right, and there should be definitely that's a different topic. But when we talk about the English thing, right? I think yes, it is important, and there's a lot of reform that needs to be happen. Like I live in California, you know, I work here, and I come from a trucking family. But I think right now we're talking about we have the smartphones, we have the technology, right? English should be known. But my family came here. We immigrated in the 70s. My grandpa was a truck driver for 40 years. He learned the English, right? He couldn't probably not speak it, but he knew the laws, right? My father, the same thing, everyone in my family. The issue I feel, just speaking as someone that comes from an immigrant family, is the new generation, they're not taking it as seriously. And then the laws and the loopholes, there's not as they come and it's sad to say because these are my people, but they do come here and they think this is India, or this is another country, and they do not learn the laws and the rules. And there are a lot of people taking advantage of these new people that come over and use them to make money. That's really what it is.
Yeah, they're getting
But
taken
but
advantage
Who's your
of. Bro.
people?
They're getting taken
but
advantage
I
of.
think the English thing is there's a lot of people that don't speak English that are successful. I think it comes more so it's about the character and ethics that people have versus just because not everybody knows English and they're very successful here.
Yeah,
But
correct.
respecting the laws of the country you come to, that's what's important.
I agree. I also think that for trucking, I think to at
Yeah,
least communicate enough to be able not to
yeah,
hurt.
yeah, definitely. And they shouldn't be just given licenses. They should have to take a manual test for sure. I think another thing a lot of people don't take into account is when these automatic trucks came in, people are getting licenses, but they just drive an automatic truck like it's a car.
Yeah,
It's not
you can't
right.
even drive a truck. You could.
Maybe they should have to wait 5 years after entering, right?
Well, do it again. It
Like
comes
five
down.
years to get a
Cap,
CDL.
it comes down to the culture thing too, bro. What everybody's getting mad about. Because again, I'm not gonna just keep on using one country as an example, but any country, anywhere, bro. Like, that you have these people that are like rude towards women, yourself towards, well, like you said, wash their feet, and like they're just in these poor like third world countries, bro. And come here, not even getting used to American culture whatsoever, bro. They're just
Hmm.
stuff they do in their own
Yeah,
country,
100%,
and then
100% agree.
expect like, you know what I mean, people to be like, oh, okay, this is normal. No, it's not normal here. So I think they need to like start learning English, start adapting to the U.S. culture a little bit. Once they're a little warmed up, they speak a little bit of English, and go ahead, you know what I mean? But just like it's just that's just and to a Epont and Justin Abbott, you guys on here? Because I see,
Yeah, sure am. I'm actually a seasoned trucker, and I gotta tell you, it's just getting worse and worse out there, man.
yeah,
Like, it's. I literally just watched a guy on the highway that up in Canada driving East Indian. I'm sorry to say, but it was an East Indian fella driving with his flip flops on the dashboard with the cruise control on. How is that safe driving at all?
that's not.
And
And
they
then
Because
like,
just
that's true.
smile
That's
at
true.
you and wave like it's okay. It's not okay. You're in control of an 80,000 pound vehicle.
yeah, agreed.
You're in charge of the life in front of you, the life behind you, the three lives beside you on the left and the right. Like you have to be in control of that vehicle. Like I've seen them during the wintertime. Like I live somewhere where black ice is like a thing, and I could drive up and down the Trans Canada Highway in Canada, and I see them left and right in the ditch. I've helped out friends that have run tow truck services. They have no idea what they're doing. I've watched them uncouple their trucks and go, well, aren't you going to pull me out? Well, the idea was to pull you and the trailer out. Now it's going to cost you twice as much, and then they try and barter with you, and it's like this isn't a barter system. This is how it's happening system, because now you decoupled the truck. Now you made it more dangerous because now I'm pulling a truck, and then I got to try and figure out how to pull the trailer out of the ditch, like, and they have
Oh, are you a
no.
tow truck driver?
He's a truck driver, bro.
I do help with tow truck driving, like heavy duty tow
Oh,
truck driving and stuff like that. So I've I've seen it all, man. It's crazy, and for half the time when you go there, they have no English whatsoever.
Yeah, I mean,
None.
anybody driving on
You're
the
just
highway with
like,
their foot out the
here,
window, they're
talk to
definitely.
dispatch. Talk to my dispatch. It's crazy.
hey Justin, would you say like you said you're seasoned, right? Like a seasoned driver. Would you
Yes.
say this problem has gotten worse within the past, let's say, like 5 to 7 years? Would you say that?
I
Would you
would
agree with
say
that?
yes. I would say yes. It's gotten
Before
even worse.
and like meaning before the 7 years, right? Let's say like before 2018. Let's just say that. There were obviously bad drivers, right? But it wasn't as prevalent, and a lot of
No.
the guys they were actually good drivers. Well, would you agree with that?
Yeah, I would agree with that, and it doesn't. And like I say, it doesn't matter what. And Bobby, you're right. Doesn't matter what culture or whatever you come. You need to know when you're in a visiting country, U.S., Canada, wherever. You should know some of the language, and if that's one of the things that was taught to us in truck driving school, is that if you don't know the language, like if you don't know the rules, then you shouldn't be going there.
No,
Like
especially
that's
and like, the whole and the culture thing. I mean, the culture thing is it's huge. Because the last time we had a guy brought up, I thought he said something else and he did, but he was talking about like women getting harassed by like these drivers and like all this other just weird stuff that in their country that's normal. You know what I mean? But out here is just not normal. And then
like
like the Indian people are getting upset because like we're kind of grouping like every nationality and every like illegal
yeah,
driver or whatever driver, and we're kind of just like throwing it at them, which is obviously not fair, but because that driver just happened to be Indian, that's what's happening. But it's like
yeah. But the thing is,
everybody.
it's not just one. It's not just one or two or three. It's a bunch of them. Like we actually had a guy just deported from Canada while he's waiting for deportation from Canada for killing a busload of people. He had violation upon violation upon violation, but the owner operator of that trucking company kept putting him back on the road,
Is
which
this
is
the story from 5 years
ridiculous.
ago?
I'm sorry. Go ahead, buddy. What'd you say?
Was it the story that happened 5 years ago where there was the bus with the hockey players?
Yes, that's the one. That is the one.
Wait, so this happened 5 years ago in Canada?
Yep, it was big news across. They made major changes about 5 years ago to the trucking industry in Canada. Like in Canada, you have to take what's called the MELT course, which is 210 hours in a classroom and then another 148 behind the wheel before you even get your license.
Yeah, but I think also one of the worst parts about it is that starting to turn into like kind of like an organized crime ring because, like I said, all these different countries are bringing these licenses. They're living in a
Yep.
truck. They're paying him a lot. They're paying them a lot less than they would be, any other person.
Oh, for sure.
And it's
Yeah. No, I don't doubt it. Like me myself, I have East Indian friends that speak perfect English, born in the country, born, raised, whatever. Even they have said they're fucking, pardon my language, they're fucking the country up worse than it. They're trying to bring what they are bringing from their country to another country. They will not embrace, like, when you come to a new country, the idea is to get away from the crap that's happening in your country and start your life anew. They just seem to like just bring their shit here and then they expect everybody to change.
Yeah, because I mean, like even if you watch I know say again, like, I hate to do this to any people, like say like Slumdog Millionaire, or there was also that Amazon with the guy from that biker, what the hell is his name, Charlie Hunnam, whatever. Like they're like the story about the dude that went to like India from like England, and like just
Yeah,
the way like people live, like say just in that country, or even I use my own country as an example, like Poland. If you like, live like in the mountains in the hills somewhere, they're
yeah.
completely like just different and weird, and you just throw them into here and be like just a crazy culture shock, and they really need to crack down on these driving schools that are doing this, and they really need to crack down on the companies because
Well, the thing is, the government really needs to crack down on these schools too, because believe it or not, Canada just shut down 26 different schools that were being run by a certain group, and we're basically having people pay
Travis,
10 grand to get a license. They didn't have to do any training, no nothing. Here's your license, have a great day.
yeah,
Because they
now they're
didn't
taking the
want to train
licenses
them.
for them too, bro. Especially if they if it's like looks similar, they'll just
Yeah.
jump in and they'll start taking the test for them. And then like you're
Yep.
doing that, and then this person like big ass truck, and it's absolutely crazy, man. But at least Florida started to
Well,
crack
like I
down.
said, it's 80,000 pounds, and sometimes it's even more than 80,000 pounds.
Yeah, if you're doing
Because if you're driving like a Super Bee or anything, that's more than 80,000 pounds. That's like almost
precise.
110, 120,000 pounds right behind you.
Yeah, I
Like
think mostly
it's
it's a dry van
crazy.
problem though. I don't think at least from what I've seen so far, I don't think it's more of like a specialized equipment, but it keeps on going. It's going to get to that point. And we got 772
Well,
M3. You just jumped in here, buddy? Are you in here or
Yeah, I'm in here, brother.
what's going on, buddy?
Man, I'm just listening. I've been dealing with this shit for over 35 years.
With
Uh,
the same issue for 35 years?
well, the trucking industry with the migrants and the illegals, not the migrants, the illegals. The ones that come over here illegally, they're doing their thing. They're doing what they're supposed
Yeah, but I think the thing
to.
right now it's a whole different level than at least like 10 years ago, probably, right?
No, man, shit. Back in the early 90s when I was picking up my dump trucks before I got some over the road trucks, I was driving over the road, but the money that I made, I would I would buy dump trucks, and I was doing really good. And then when these guys were coming over from different countries and getting these same little work visas, they couldn't speak English, they couldn't do this, they couldn't read the signs, couldn't communicate,
yep.
and the 10 or 15 of them are living in a house, driving the truck of the one dump truck 24/7 at a. They never have to work for. You never had to pay them overtime because By the time an 8-hour shift went, they'd have somebody else in the truck. They'd run 3 people to run that truck. 10
That's
of
what
them
slip
are,
seat.
you know what I mean? So there was no way to compete. Not only that, it was dangerous because there were, a lot of crashes, driving the truck with half flat tires, not grease, just a shit truck.
Oh
And then,
yeah,
change the DOT stickers and the inspection stickers and all that sly shit. I mean, so it's
the true
finally
urban
after
suburban.
30 years. Yeah, after 30 something years later, they're starting to catch up now. But I've been bitching about it for 3 decades,
Yeah, but
three plus
I don't think
decades.
it's been that bad though, bro. Because I think it's just like anything else in life, bro. Once somebody like figures out a glitch, how to like take advantage of something. Like for example, like you driving school stuff, I mean, technically
Oh yeah, it's
I don't
worse,
blame them
no
for that.
doubt.
They're just money printer, right? But
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
every
yeah.
good
I
lick comes to an
understand.
end, man. And I think this is the end for this.
Anybody, if they could slip past that door and not have to pay the guy at the door, they're going to try it if you let them.
Well, imagine how nice it would be, bro. Having drivers you're paying like 20 cents less a mile to. You know what I mean? You just, like it's some money. But the whole messed up part is like, again, it doesn't matter which communities of the Indians, the Russians, or whatever. Like, but they're actually just taking advantage of their own people by doing this. Like, they're taking advantage of their own people for cheap labor, right? Because they could bring them here, help them out, and pay them at least like almost as close as a normal driver, and help them build up, save money, build a good life. But what they're doing is just slave labor and just taking advantage of their own people at this point, in my opinion.
Hey, well,
That's
Bobby,
exactly right. That's exactly right.
wouldn't you say the mega carriers are doing the same shit?
The what?
Well, with the mega carriers, wouldn't you say that they're doing the same thing? By paying them 40 cents a mile, 50 cents a mile?
Well, the mega
Isn't that
carriers,
slave labor too?
Yeah, they're
it's
shit pay too. I
yeah,
mean, I was making more money back in '92. I was making 250 a mile back in the early '90s. Shit, they ain't even making that now. And the fuel, I was paying $1.70, $1.79, and now the fuel's twice as much. So yeah, they're shitting on everybody really.
yeah, the mega carriers are
Oh
definitely
yeah,
taking
it's
advantage of the
it's
situation
ridiculous. Like
because they have their own
I
insurance and
hear
they
you.
could
I hear
put
you,
people
772. I hear you, man.
because they could
Like
put
it's ridiculous that insurance rates have doubled since like they keep letting more and more
Triple.
immigrants drive these semi truck. My insurance is like doubled or tripled in a truck. Like it's ridiculous. Like man,
Yep. It's a
it,
chain ball effect, brother. It's a chain ball effect.
yep,
Dominoes.
yep.
Dominoes.
And they just
Just like the
walk away
host.
laughing about it
yeah,
half the
but then
time.
insurance companies don't even pay out half the shit they get claims for, dude. So they're raising all these prices but not paying out like shit they're supposed to. And
And
it's
then
all
the
a
guy
scam from the
loses.
mega carriers to this driver Inc. to insurance. Because the same thing like Happy just brought up about the mega carriers. Yeah, the mega carriers are definitely taking advantage of the people because until they have at least a year, maybe two of experience, they can't really get put on by any insurance company. So smaller trucking companies can't hire them. And then they have the mega carriers have their own insurance policies, which they put money up for so they can have them. And then that way they're able to take these drivers in. They're able to train them for cheap. But that's why also you got to look at it. But why is their churn is just out of control because nobody stays there. They go there to get their experience and they get the hell out. So yeah, Happy. I agree with you. I mean, the mega carriers that's something that should be looked into as well. They should not be able to take advantage
Yeah,
of people like that.
and speaking of megas, right? Well, why don't we address the issue where they're training their own drivers? Where, for example, if you're a Western Express driver, right? You start driving for 3 months solo, all of a sudden you can become a trainer. You can train other people.
Oh,
How does that make any sense? What do you learn
I
in
don't
three
think that
months?
happens too often, bro. I have to
It
give it to
happens,
them.
bro.
Those training
There's a couple
programs
guys
those
on
mega
here.
carriers have, they're actually, I would say, probably like pretty decent, because they care about, they don't want to like wreck their trucks, do all that stuff. So they actually put people through like a halfway decent training program, probably way better than anybody else. But at the same time, they're still taking it.
I would just, I mean, I think it's a problem.
Yeah,
Let,
You want
let
those
me
trainings?
let me ask you guys. How long you
yeah,
guys?
they've kind of taken course of, hey, you want your license, you got to do this, you got to do that to get there. There is no slipping through unless you're paying your instructor like 20, 30 grand, and they're going, oh yeah, here's your license.
Yeah, I
But
agree.
the thing is where I'm from, it's government. It's a government-run program. So you want to get your license in the province of, say, Manitoba, you have to go to the government office, A government instructor takes you out on a full thing. They take you through the backup. They take you through all the turns, button hooking. They make you
I was
run from the front to the back. You have to know every part of that truck even before you go on the road. It's crazy.
Matt
Like
Helmuth
it.
says Chicago carriers will put you on in 4 months. I don't know, bro. I haven't seen no Chicago carriers that put you on in 4 months. I mean, the lowest I seen was 6, and I have no idea how they're pulling that off. I mean, usually
Hey, you're
Chicago carriers
affiliated
run
with
like
them,
2
Bob.
years. What's up?
Don't you have links with the Russian guys, the Russian mafia?
I don't know, bro.
Never-
We wouldn't be able to put anybody on in 6 months. I can tell you that right now for sure. We don't take anybody under 2 years. Well, it's not
Hey,
bad.
Bobby,
Yeah.
I gotta log off here. I gotta go. But thanks for letting me say my piece and keep on trucking, guys. And you know,
All right.
the
Have a good
best
one.
thing you can do is just hope for the best and just keep pushing to make sure that those legislations and that get pushed through and stuff gets turned around.
Got it, buddy. Have a good one. And Matt Hummus, Super Eagles 4 months. Dude, Super Eagles damn much a mega carrier, bro. And they got that lawsuit going on as well with the lease to own purchase program. Mega carrier is not a regular trucking company, dude. They gotta have well over 1,000 trucks, dude. But I mean, I see that.
Yeah, how's it in business though? How's Super Ego still in business?
So I have no idea. I have no idea how anybody even still goes take to the lease to purchase program. I mean,
Every time I see a Super Ego trailer, I see a different company.
Oh yeah, like
I see a
first
different
one,
carrier.
there's like,
Power
they got
only.
like 10 different ones. But yeah, the Super Eagle, man, I don't know, bro. I have no idea. If I'm a truck driver or like I want to be like a company driver or whatever, I mean those are carriers that I'll be staying away from, dude. Sure, dude. We got 2 more people.
Hey, is it because you're running legally?
We got one of your Indian people on. Happy. Patak Singh Gill, you there, buddy? And Matt Hummus.
Yeah. Yeah, what's up, man? Just
Hold on, buddy.
listening to you guys' conversation.
Yes, sir.
And I figured I'd come up, and give our side of the story if you guys are willing to listen to that, though. And I know Happy's up here. He's one of ours, too.
Yeah, why wouldn't we want to listen?
Hey, I'm not the U-turn guy, but like, listen, I'm Punjabi though, so.
Yeah, I'm Punjabi,
I'm
too. Yeah.
Hey, say your piece then. What's up? Well, let's hear it.
Yeah, I mean, what happened in Florida is tragic, and it never should have happened in the beginning, in the first place. Like, there's a lot of people in the trucking industry that shouldn't have a driver's license, and that dude was one of them. I totally agree. I agree with a lot of the stuff that people, it's common sense stuff, The only thing I don't like how this tragedy is being weaponized by the right wing and used against us, right? And making us all look bad, right? And I do get it that, like, we need to police our community. I totally get that, and I try my best to do it, right? But there's only so much that one person can do, right? Like, I call my people out all the time, right? Don't do dumb shit. But they don't really care at the end of the day.
No, they don't. And,
right.
And this is the problem, dude. Like, you see, like, I said this a million times, and I guess I'm going to say a million more times. But if that guy was Polish, Russian, Mongolian, whatever, that community would be getting, like, shit too. And I mean, are you saying right wing just because Trump's president right now? Because I don't, you know what I mean? Like, I get it's getting politicized, dude, but like,
look, bro, it is getting politicized. But like, let's say like example you gave, right? Polish, Russian, Eastern European. If that was the case, it would not be getting this same publicity. Because the thing is, a guy with a turban, it checks all the marks for these guys. He's illegal. He's not American. Like, when Americans see someone with a turban, they're instantly triggered.
Yeah, but it would be
like, people listening right now, they look at my display picture. What do you think they think? Right? Tell me that.
Unless they're racist, I don't know what to tell you, bro. I mean, I get what you're saying, but
racism is alive and well in America, bro.
If the dude was Chinese or anything, bro, and he came like how that dude came, he obtained his license against FMCSA regulations like that dude did, and he did that crash, it would have still been politicized no matter what nationality he is. And instead of people saying like turban, suburban, whatever, they'd be saying like whatever they would be against a Chinese person, bro. So, like,
I don't know how to disconnect it.
So, I get what you're saying, and I understand you feel that way right now because your community is
it's bullshit. Can't listen all day.
Right, that better. So I understand because you're.
See, like, you gotta also realize there's a whole other game behind this that most Americans don't have a clue. Is that there's a lot of bot accounts on here, on social media.
Oh, yeah.
It's not just the right wingers that are, like, putting more fuel to the fire.
Yeah, but
There's a lot of
dude,
like, you know, Indians
I guess you
on
could
here.
consider me right wing technically. I mean, because right now I'm leaning towards Republican side with what's going on. I mean, you don't
No,
hear
that's
me.
all good, bro. I don't care about the whole Republican, Democrat, left, right thing. It's whatever, bro. It's all the same coin, just different sides of it. That's the way I see that shit. But like, I just want to tell you guys that all this hate that's on social media, right, that's being directed towards us is fucked up, right? And it's not just from Americans. Like, there's a lot of fake accounts all over social media that are taking advantage of this. And guess what country they're coming from? Take a wild guess.
India.
They're coming from India
Yeah,
because we Sikhs, we
nationalists, right?
Punjabis,
Whatever.
we're a persecuted minority in that country. Most of
Well,
us
you know,
come here seeking political asylum, and so now India, that country, is taking full advantage of this to vilify us,
Yeah, that's what I've been
and they're
actually
using their bot
hearing
accounts.
about right now. Is like those nationalists in your country, right? They're doing this, getting fuel to the fire to make it a lot worse.
I mean, that's not really India's not really our country. We want our own country, which is a whole different topic. We don't need to go into that, but yeah, we don't identify as Indians. You know?
that's what I popped up here for real quick. I was listening to you talk. My wife's an immigrant, and and she's not of my race, so you can keep the racism thing. You go ahead and keep that. But I do know a little bit about Sikhs, and I do know what you did in Canada in 1985, and that's why I want to see all of you rounded up and moved out of my country, because we don't want you to come here and try to have your own country in our country.
Wait, what happened?
Hey, what country are you from? Canada?
Hold on.
No, I'm American.
What happened in Canada?
Wait, it's not your country though. Do you own the country? How much
Hey,
do you
look,
make?
we don't
How
want to
much
make
do you
no
make a
country
year?
here.
No, wait.
I'm just
How much do you make a
letting
year?
I'm
You
just
fucking
letting you know.
cocksucker. How much do you make?
Hey,
How
hey,
much do you
Happy,
pay in
keep it
taxes?
civil, bro.
I'm just
Fucking
letting you know how we're
cocksucker.
gonna vote.
Hey,
I'm
Happy,
just
don't
letting
need
you
to
know how
talk
we're
to him like that.
guys,
Just keep
calm
it civil,
down.
bro.
I'm just letting you
We'll
know how
answer
we're
his
Hey,
questions.
yo.
I'm here. I'll answer his questions.
Okay, go ahead.
All
I
right.
didn't ask a question. I said
You made an
that's why we're
allegation,
voting. That's
right?
why we're voting. That's why we're voting the way we're voting.
Uh huh.
That's why we're pushing to have not just the Sikhs but others as well.
What others? Name a
What
few.
race is your wife? What race is she? What
Okay,
It's
Happy,
not for me. It's not about race. For me, it's not
Happy,
about
you're in
race. It's
timeout
about
for 10 minutes, bro. Can't let people talk. Sorry, go ahead.
All right, go ahead.
yeah. For me, it's not about your race. I don't care if you look like me. I just want you to be able to culturally to think the way that I think, to have the same morals and values. So I would prefer my neighbor to think like me than to look like me. So when I see that turban, or I see the folks, bumping their head on the ground 5 times a day, the first thing I think of is this is not compatible with my worldview, and I don't want this in my country. So that's why we vote the way we vote. I don't care where you're from. If you're a Christian, or if you're even a secularist that wants to live the way that we live as Americans, we're happy to have you if you want to be an American. But if you want to come here and branch off into your own little group, that's fine. You just made yourself a target for my vote. That's all.
Yeah, but last time I checked, these countries have the First Amendment, freedom of religion.
Wait, before
So
Hey,
you
you're
answer
let
saying
me
you
that,
ask
got
you
a
this.
problem with
what
certain
happened in
type of
1985
religions,
in
Laws can
Canada?
change.
right?
No,
What happened in
Laws can
1985 in
change.
Canada? Hold on, before you guys go, I need to know what happened. I can't be Googling right now.
yo, let me ask you this.
Yeah,
So,
so
so
that
you
was a
mentioned
false
morals,
flag
right?
attack
How are you
that
not
was
on
done
mute,
by
Happy?
India, and they're using that against us even 41 years later. They never proved it.
Wait,
Nobody
one more
got
time. Sorry,
convicted
because
for
Happy
it.
was yapping at the mute him again. What'd you say?
So he's over here like writing in the comments. I see him. He wrote up in the thing that 6 bombed a plane in 1985 in Canada, right? That nobody's ever been convicted for that. That's not been proven. That was a false flag done by the Indian government in order to defame Sikhs on an international level,
You
in which
said
they were
yourself out of
successful.
your own mouth, bro,
Okay,
that
hold on.
you've left and
Let you
want
finish,
your own
buddy.
country.
Let him finish, please.
Yeah,
Go
my
ahead, I'm
bad.
sorry.
I mean, he
I
said
never
it out of
said
his
we
own mouth, though.
moved and we want our own country. Yeah, we want our own country back in our homeland. We don't want our own country in America or Canada. What historical ties do the Sikhs have to Canada or America? That's the Native
So
Americans
why
and
are
the
you here?
indigenous. We're here like every other people from all over the
Hey,
world
let me
for a
ask you
better
this.
life.
God
Yo,
damn, dude.
let me ask you this.
Happy,
Hey, I'm gonna let you go.
Bobby.
Happy, go.
Muted you, bro. Happy,
Yeah.
you're on timeout for 10
Yo,
minutes,
Bobby,
dog.
chill out. Yo, Bobby, chill out. I'm not. Yo, chill,
You're on
chill,
timeout for
Bobby.
10 minutes, dog. You have to let people talk, dude.
I'm gonna ask him a question, dude.
Okay.
He mentioned
Okay,
morals, right? You said that,
oh
like,
my goodness.
yo,
Happy,
Bobby,
relax just
stop.
for a minute,
Holy
bro,
shit.
so we can get this fucking going.
Okay, all right, fine.
So,
Go ahead.
okay, there was a plane bomb in 1985. I don't know if I can say that. Probably gonna get restricted. And okay, so you're saying the Saints got blamed for it, correct? And you're saying it's a false flag, yes?
Yeah, 100%. Governments all over the world do false flag
No,
attacks
I
in
mean
order to push their
9/11. I
narrative.
believe that. You know, I mean, I'm with
Yeah,
you. Yeah, I give. Yeah,
India got all the money in the world for its propaganda and doing and pushing its narratives on the world, but they can't feed their own citizens. They could definitely commit a false flag attack in '85 and make it look like, you know, a persecuted minority such as us, the Six, did it in order to defame us. And guess what? It was successful, bro. That's why 41 years later, this guy up here at the top is using that example to like basically, you know, highlight us all as that we were responsible for that. You know,
I give. Like, I
I
don't know
condemn
about it,
that. I
so I'm gonna
100%
research it.
condemn that act.
So I don't want
That
to like.
329 innocent people lost their lives. I condemn that. No innocent lives should be ever lost,
Yeah, and I just.
especially for some political reasons. You know. I mean,
Yeah,
what more
I'll
you want
just
me to
say
say?
this.
no, I get
I'll
what you're
just say
saying, bro.
this.
Like, I don't know too much about it for me to comment, so I'll definitely something I will research and look into.
But yeah, this guy's bringing up a controversial thing,
No,
right?
I agree, bro.
And
Because at the same
Can I
time,
ask him a question, dude?
hold on.
Let me just make this point, and I'll get out of here.
No,
I'll
wait,
just say
one
this.
second. You said morals,
I'll
right?
answer your
You
question.
said that that
I'll
the
answer your
Turban
question.
guys are not adapting to your morals and the culture. What's your culture, dude? Well, are you able to explain what morals you guys have?
yeah, tell us what your wife
Wait,
is too. You
one
said
second.
she's
Wait,
different.
cause when you say morals, right? Your women slut themselves out on OnlyFans. You guys drink and drive. You guys fuck kids. Like, you guys are at the top of the list of kitty fuckers. So is that your culture? Is
gonna get
that
my
what we're
fucking
supposed to
live
adapt
banned,
to?
bro. Gonna get my
Hey,
live
no,
banned.
but is that what we're supposed to adapt to?
Hey, Bobby,
Yeah,
you
guys
see
shoot up
why
schools.
you see
You
why we're
guys,
doing what we're doing now. This man point blank told me, he said out of his own mouth, he wanted
you
his own
guys
country.
shoot up schools.
These guys run around
Is
with
that the
this
culture?
on the side of their truck. On the side of their truck, they got their soldier. They got their little soldier with their machine gun. These dudes make no secret about who they are and about what they are about. What the problem is now, all I'm going to say, and I'll just land this plane. All I'm saying is this: most of America is just now learning about what these guys actually are, and they're freaking out about it.
Yeah, but I just think
People
you're
like
coming
me,
a little. I think you're coming a little too strong, bro. Because that's a community that's sticking together. And like, say for example, like I'm Polish, right? Polish background. I was born here, but say for example, the Polish community doesn't stick together. Let's say you got like the Jewish community; they stick together. Now I understand there's not everything they're doing is right, and I understand, you know what I mean. But you're saying they're segregating themselves in the culture. But what did the government do to African American people? To put them in ghettos, segregated them on purpose, right? When Polish people come here, to go to Polish community. You got Chinatown in every single city. So it's like I like see like the way
yeah,
that you
and
kind of came at it.
I get your point. But what I'm trying to say to you is that folks like me, I'm not something American. I'm American. And so so men like me who have been sounding this alarm for 25 years, we've been saying this. It's just now that
how
we
does it make you more American than me if I was born here though? That's like so like
listen to what I'm saying. Any hyphenated American is less of an American than me. If you're a something American, you're not an American, you're a something else American. And what I'm saying to you is this, is that those of us that are Americans are going to vote to see those hyphenated Americans either become Americans or become gone. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I just think I think your point of view is a little radical, dude. You know what I mean? I mean, like I'm for cleaning everything
And
up.
that's fine. It definitely is radical. We're sick to death of watching our country be overrun by hyphenated Americans and others who the man said it himself. We want our own country.
Your dad's American, your grandpa's American, your grandpa's American, your
Yep.
grandpa's American.
That's right.
How many
My
generations?
forefathers built America. My forefathers built America. We're not hyphenated Americans. I'm not an Irish American or a Scottish American. I'm an American.
But why did you
Period.
marry an immigrant?
Because I love her.
Well, then you see.
But she's not. But check this out. She's no longer a hyphenated American either.
Well,
She's an American.
Basically, told me I'm hyphenated
No,
American.
she's
so
not.
She is a hyphenated.
She's an American, bro. And you don't have to be a hyphenated American
You're
either.
contradicting yourself, my guy.
No,
You're
I'm
saying-
not, bro.
You are, because
Listen,
you're saying your wife's
no,
an
I'm not.
immigrant, and now you're saying she's not. Like you said, I'm a
She
hyphenated
was.
American, or everybody else is. But then, like look,
You
bro,
said you were a hyphenated
I
American.
never said that. You said that to me.
Yeah, you did. No, you
I
did.
said I'm
You said,
Polish background, but I was
my
born here,
community
so I'm
sticks
American.
together.
And
Polish,
then I
blah,
asked
blah,
you,
whatever.
how are you more American than I am? And then you started talking about the hyphenated Americans.
Yeah,
So,
because you said that.
but then you said your wife's not a hyphenated American when she's a straight up immigrant.
She's not.
She is.
She's not. She's an
And according
American.
to your words,
Right.
she is.
Listen, an American is not about where you were born. An American is about how you believe and who you
But
are
I
loyal
just told
to.
you I'm Polish background, born here, and you said hyphenated American. Well,
The reason I said that is because you said, listen, my Polish community is going to stick together. If you have a community that you're loyal to above America, then you are a hyphenated American.
why?
I'm not loyal
But why?
to.
But so if I'm Polish, I
because
wanted my wife to be
America
Polish.
is
I
our
wanted my
country.
kids to
Because
have the Polish
because
culture.
America is the nation that we are. You are if you're a citizen of America, you should be loyal to American.
I am
to
loyal
America.
to America, but why is it wrong for me to want to have a Polish culture in my family, but I'm loyal to America? I vote the way like to help America. I do everything for
Yeah,
America.
no,
But why is
listen,
it wrong to
I'm
want to have
yeah.
my culture at my home?
No, that's not wrong. That's not wrong. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that's not what makes you a hyphenated American. That's not really what I heard you say. But if that's what you're saying, that's fine. What I heard the Sikhs say, and what I hear other folks that I'm not going to get your live band, but a lot of people, you named a bunch of them. Their loyalty is not to America first. They are some hyphenated American, and they're loyal to a community before America. And when they vote for that community, not for what's good for
Yeah,
America.
but that gentleman
And
came
so,
on and he said that he doesn't agree with what his community is doing. And then you kind of attacked him with that plane crash. And I mean, listen, conspiracy theories, that's American as fuck. And I'm into conspiracy theories. So, like, I haven't looked into what happened when you mentioned in 1985 in Canada. But again, like, you can't really just hold one infant over people. But you see, the point where I agree with you with is I don't like that. You see, they're taking advantage of their own people by bringing them here on these visas or illegal status and giving them CDLs and then making them work for their company for cheaper than they would hire anybody else. Like, that's the shit I don't like, But I just don't think that gentleman
yeah,
that
I'm
was
with you on
on
that.
said anything that would give you a reason to attack him like that. That's just what I believe.
All I said to him was, all I did was accept him for what he claimed to be. They'll tell you this themselves. They wear the turbans because they want to stand out, because they want to be
It's a religious
noticeable
thing.
as an individual community.
So if he wants to be religious and he wants to come here and you're saying so he's not a hyphenated American, he has to take off his turban if that's his religion? So why can't he be American and still believe in a different religion?
Anything about their religion?
I thought this country was founded on believing in the God you want to believe, have the freedoms you want to believe. So they got to come here.
I would say you need to do. No, I'd say you need to do some more research then. But do you know anything about the Sikh religion?
No, I haven't studied enough.
Okay. Do you know anything about it? You know what jihad is? I'm sure.
Yeah.
Well, bro, you
No,
got
no, no,
two
no, no,
different
no. We are
religions
not from
mixed
the
up.
jihad, bro. I'm listening to you. You don't know anything about Sikh religion. What is the Sikh? If you want to know, let
I'm
me
gonna
know.
go
I
ahead
can
and
tell you.
Rebel Club. Hey, the cat's out the bag, buddy. We see you now. We see you.
Brother, I'm a Christian, and they fought against the people that promote jihad.
Yeah. Oh, you
Had
can talk about
years
Christians
of
all day long,
wars
but as
against
soon as you
them.
start talking about
Hey,
Sikhs and
wait,
Muslims,
listen,
what they get butthurt.
one at a time. We
Let,
talking about the
let me
jihad
explain. Maybe it will be
Cat's
ease the
out the bag,
situation
buddy.
for you. We are always get like unexpected hate from you guys because you guys think that we are Muslim. We are not. We are also the victim of these kind of things which done in the history, right? Our the prophets, our gurus are uh, killed by the Muslim emperors, or we are always having fight with the Muslims, but we don't promote as well that Muslims are wrongs or anything else. We respect those. We didn't go for any revenge or anything else.
Hey, Rebel. So
That's
my
fine.
my understanding is, so it's the Pakistani people that want to be more Muslim. Is that correct? Or
Yes.
Yeah, they are the real Muslim. We are not the Muslim.
Somebody
We are
just told me
Sikhs.
that
Sikhs
recently,
means
I forgot.
Sikhs means learner.
I didn't say you were Muslim. I asked if he knew what jihad was. And what I was about to say before you
We don't have
interrupted me,
anything with
what
the
I was
jihad.
about to say before you interrupted me,
Mhm.
what I was about to say.
I apologize for
What-
that
what-
interrupted.
what
But
I
when
was
you
about to say-
when you say the jihad, because we have seen these things so many times in America that after 9/11, my people get hate crime about it. They are getting killed by. Recently, there is an incident in LA.
There's an easy cure for that, bro. There's a very
70
easy cure for getting the hate from Americans, and that is simply to stay in your own country. If you don't like the way we live here, you don't have to come here. It's not that difficult. This is our country. If we decide we don't want you here, we can vote and put people in place that says you can't come here. That's how it works.
Yeah, I can explain
We
that
don't
thing
owe
that
every
you,
Sikh and
if
Muslim
you,
in
if you
the world a place to live. We don't owe you that.
Okay, just
Listen, bro, do you believe in the God?
Okay,
Do you believe in the God? Just tell me one thing. Do you believe in the God?
Yes,
Yeah,
I
Bobby,
believe-
why don't you come
yes, I
out, bro?
believe in
You
God.
believe in the God? Just tell me one thing. Let me answer this. Yes or not?
Yes, I believe in God. Yeah.
Just tell me, did God made the boundaries or human made the boundaries? God didn't make the boundaries. God made the earth. Earth is for everybody
according
else,
to my
brother.
holy book, according to my holy book, God set you into the place you were born.
Listen,
God
but
created
God
the
made the earth. boundary made by the human. Corporates use the religion to
Okay, hey
control
guys, we
the
gotta move on
people.
to a different
This is
subject. I
not
got
the
Sonny on
real.
here. I've been
This is
waiting for
not the
him.
reality.
Hey, I appreciate you guys
Hey,
calling, but
bro,
I gotta
how are
get to
you?
Sonny, man. So I thank you for calling in, guys. It was
Corporate and politicians
exciting
are use the
conversation.
religion to control the people and kill the people.
Okay, now
This is
we're
not
Yo,
the
yo,
way
Bobby, yo,
we're about to
you're
get our
think
shit
about it.
giving the
banned here,
definition
bro.
of
Okay,
any
viewers.
religion.
Sorry, buddy, I have to kick you out. You
Oh,
can't be
you
saying
didn't
that
have
kind
to.
of
You
stuff
didn't
because
have to
it's
let
gonna
him
get
go.
a vent.
You didn't have to let him go. I wanted to talk to him.
He
It's fine. It's
but he was
fine.
starting to
No,
say
no, no.
like K words and stuff like that. Where it's gonna
That's
get
fine, bro.
it's gonna get
Listen,
banned.
only thing I can tell him, only thing I can tell my brother here, you know what? Maybe I'm your enemy. You follow Jesus. Jesus said, love thy enemy. There you go.
Yeah,
I
yeah. I
believe in
did. I
that.
mean, the dude, the
Simple.
American dude, he was definitely super extreme on his beliefs. I just a lot of stuff I disagreed with. You know what I mean? I just don't know, man. We're getting a little too out of hand on that one, bro. What's going on, Sonny,
Hey,
man?
Bobby.
Hold
Yeah,
on,
why
hold
don't
on
you
one
bring this
second.
guy up, Fat Fine or
Because
Fat Fine? Why don't you bring
I
him
got
up?
Sonny on here and I've been waiting for him to do this live with me. I'm trying to see if I can get you co-host.
I'm sorry, bro. I was stuck in the
Oh
quote.
no,
I
I
had an
get it, bro.
online
I get it.
quote and
Oh,
I was stuck in
I've been
between.
here
I
just listening.
apologize.
This
Yeah.
is a dire time.
Oh shit,
Yeah.
we totally forgot about Matt Hummus. What's up, dude? Hey, Sonny, I just sent
What's
you a
up?
request for joining on camera if you don't mind.
Hold on just a second.
So
I'm just gonna put it up. I don't look that good though in my office here.
You're good, bro. Go ahead, Matt. My bad, bro. I totally
I,
forgot
Here
you're
you
even
go.
in line, dude.
oh no, I've been
I'm sorry.
listening
I
to it.
was.
Because it's interesting to me about like everybody's different point of views of everything and stuff.
Yeah.
So like
Yeah.
obviously you got the ones out here that are driving illegally and stuff on their non-domicile CDLs. And of course, I've been driving for going on 3 years now, and I've noticed a big change on everything in those past 3 years. So, as a new driver and everything, I knew what I was getting into in the industry and stuff because I started out in reefer work and then went into driving work. Well, then, there's more out here, the harder it is for us to park. You always got to watch your back about everything and all that stuff because, you don't know if you're going to get hit. I was, for like the past couple months, I was been, having to watch my back and everything because I was afraid I was going to get hit by one of these guys. And then sure enough, I ended up getting hit in the back of my trailer, giving me a concussion and everything. And, there's just more and more out here. And then just not even last week, I got pulled over and I got cited for quote unquote looking ill and stuff. When you got, you know, other guys out here that are doing, a lot of illegal shit all the time. It's just, you know, yeah, I come from an old school family. If my grandpa was still alive, he'd be, bitching and stuff about, how the industry is and all that stuff. And it's getting frustrating, man. I mean,
How are you
you got
feeling
some
now,
of your,
Matt? How are you feeling now? How's your health now? You told us you got
so,
concussion, right?
so, I mean, I'm feeling good. I'm still getting my migraines and shit. I'm still, taking it easy and all that stuff. Still, you know, getting whatever stuff I need, like through the medication. I'm not driving as much as I should be, like as I usually do. Cause I usually, I max out my clock, man. I push 750, 800 miles a day all the time.
Yeah,
And
you're an old
so,
timer, right?
now I'm only doing like, 350 to, four, whatever, always taking, a lot of breaks and stuff just because, I want to make sure, I'm not out here killing something, even though I'm medically cleared. So
Mm-hmm.
obviously, I'm still dealing with all that and, get hit by, well, I only got hit by a pickup truck and that was
Oh, so
enough
you
to
didn't
give
get
me,
hit by some? You didn't get hit by an 18-wheeler
no,
or some
I've
immigrant or
almost,
illegal alien or driver or anybody like that?
no, I've almost been
Oh,
hit.
okay,
Like there's one
okay.
week to where I almost got in 7 wrecks.
But you got your concussion not from the 18-wheeler.
Correct.
Oh,
I got
okay.
hit because I got hit in the trailer by a 3500, I think it was 3500 dually truck, and he hit
Mm-hmm.
me hard enough to where obviously I wasn't loaded. It destroyed the back of the trailer, but I guess I don't remember like the hit as well. From what my understanding is, the seatbelt that I was wearing didn't
Mm-hmm.
tighten back, and I ended up hitting my
Mm-hmm.
head on the wheel and stuff. And it's been a crazy
You
month, man.
were inside?
Say
Yeah,
what?
it's wild.
You were inside the truck?
Yeah,
And
that's how
of
you gotta.
course, I got my attorneys and everything doing all my work and stuff because obviously, I'm an owner up. I lost 8 to 10 grand, just 1 week, 2 weeks, been out for, 3 weeks. You know, that's
But that's my
that's hurting
curious
me too.
question. Like the person who was driving the truck, was he a commercial driver? Was it a commercial vehicle or just a regular
No,
civilian vehicle?
just a regular passenger playing on his phone and stuff.
Was he legal at least?
Yeah, fools. Yeah.
Yeah, he was.
Oh,
And this
I
is
was
just
just
right
joking, but
after I got hooked. This is right. But anyways, this is and now it's just like, with all the legal stuff that goes on. I know like the accent part, it doesn't really have to do anything with it. But like, now I'm always watching my back and stuff, always getting worried. Oh shoot, is there gonna be one of
Yeah,
these
it's a
guys that
paranoia. It's absolutely
that are out
normal. Once
here?
you get through an accident, you're careful about it. Yeah, I see it
Yeah,
very
and
often. PTSD. Yeah. PTSD is a very
it is.
dominant factor. Yeah.
It is. And like when I went to go down to
Yeah.
Tucson, because this all happened down in Tucson to go get my trailer and stuff, because I had to pay 15 grand just to get the whole back end replaced.
they put an
It's
evidence.
just like, well, he did, but
Oh, he
I
did?
ended up getting paying all of it up front, and then the insurance is reimbursing the rest of it to me.
They're also
So like,
for downtime.
yeah. So obviously, it's what you got other people out here who don't like really pay attention, but then the biggest thing is you got your non-domicile CDL drivers and stuff, your Russians, your Indians. Sometimes you got to worry about the ones that come in from Mexico that, they know they're like their road signs and stuff because they learn it down there. But sometimes you got to worry about them, and it's mostly the Indian or the Sikhs, or I don't even know how Punjabis. I don't know like anything about the Indian culture, stuff like that you really got to worry about,
Yeah, but
and it's
my
frightening.
question is that, Matt, I'm sorry, I'm cutting you off, but I have a question for you. Look, you yourself got hit by an American driver who was
Oh, he
not
did.
even
Correct.
commercial driver, right? So
Correct.
that actually kind of resonates the fact that being an alien or a citizen doesn't play a role in driving, right? So what I'm coming to, what I want to point out here with your conversation, and you're very clear about it, and I love the fact that you told us the truth how it happened, right? And my sympathy to you, because I know what is PTSD. I've gone through it, and I exactly know what you're talking about, right? But is the safe or unsafe driving related to somebody being alien or a civilian or citizen or whatever, not right? Doesn't make any difference. A safe person is a safe person, doesn't matter. It has nothing to do with the culture. It has everything to do with the education, everything to do with their mentality, the critical thinking, how to drive, how to be safe, and how to drive carefully. And on top of that, the authorities which are giving the licenses to these people, they should scrutinize all the process, right? I'm from Canada, and I'll tell you what's happening. I'm sorry to cut you off, but I'll explain you where I'm going with this. In
No, no,
Ontario,
you're allowed to
in
go ahead.
yeah,
I like knowing this stuff.
In Ontario, we have a serious problem with driving licenses like that. Same issue, right? But you know why it happened? About I don't know exact number, but a few years ago, they privatized the examination for trucks, CDLs, and cars. You're privatizing something which should be controlled by the government, controlled, managed, and education is a part of education. It's not something. So you're privatizing education, and then afterwards you're expecting no kind of corruption will infiltrate that system, especially the system which is giving the trucking license to the people. And then they needed the cheap labor. They had Indian students coming in. They were paying for the courses to study in Canada. So now the very same students were given the work permit we need after COVID. In Canada, they needed a bunch of new drivers. So they were the cheap drivers, cheap labor available, and they started selling them the driving licenses. So in the end, now the very same kids who were not given the proper training, who were not given the proper understanding of Canadian highways and how it works. Now, when these kids are doing any accidents or any violations, how can you blame these kids? That's what I believe in, because if I do not take care of my kids and I don't teach them something, I do not Okay, go ahead, bro. Smoke.
No, you guys go ahead. You guys good, man. I'm just saying, I can't show it on
Yeah.
TikTok. So they're gonna restrict the live.
Fair enough. Fair enough, bro. So now I cannot blame my son for doing something insane if I do not teach him not to do that or how to live his life. That's my point of view, right? And in the same way, yes, I don't think it's as much as of a immigrant or illegal alien issue. I believe it's a safety and compliance issue. Myself in transport law and safety and compliance, I see issues. I see the issues similar issues with Canadian drivers, similar issues with immigrant drivers, absolutely, and it's the same kind of percentage. It's not a difference in percentage either. And I was looking at the NHTSA data. Did you look into it, Bobby?
Oh, no, yeah. But hey, listen, Matt, we gotta let you go, bro, because I gotta jump because I've been waiting for Sonny to get on, so we have some conversations to get into.
Oh, you're good.
For this live, I
I'll
appreciate you
explain the
calling in,
super
bro. I
ego
hope
No,
you
stuff
get
later.
let him
better, my
finish.
man.
Let
I
him
hope
finish,
insurance
please.
pays you out monies, and I hope everything works out for you, my guy.
Appreciate you, Bobby.
No problem.
I'll explain the super ego stuff later too.
Awesome, thank you. All right, Sonny, you ready, bro?
Much love, brother.
We got your
All up.
we got two more of your Indian buddies here. Happy you there? Did I still mute you? Oh, you're not
Oh
muted.
yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
Hey,
Okay. All right.
no,
Happy was
don't
getting
call
out of
them
hand a
Indians,
little bit.
bro. They are naturalized Americans. I'm sure they are.
All right,
And
cool.
I was born and raised here.
Okay,
I'm a
Yeah,
U.S.
there you
citizen.
go, bro.
let's get into the hot topics.
So here you
Sonny,
go.
hot topics. Okay, so the first thing we're talking about is the petition and the GoFundMe, right? That's what we're talking about.
Mhm.
Yeah. So you want to
Okay,
explain a
first thing
little bit what's
first,
going on with that?
GoFundMe has absolutely nothing to do with Harjinder Singh. I talked to his brother,
Okay.
elder
The
brother,
guy that
and we
got
talked to him
wait,
3 days
not the guy
ago.
that got deported, but the other guy.
Nothing. They have absolutely nothing to do anything with petition, nothing to do with GoFundMe. It's none of they don't. They didn't even know about it when I talked to them,
Yeah, that's what I figured because
right?
the
So
GoFundMe was from like Australia or something, right?
the petition was started in Australia. We don't know who started, and now we are looking into it. I talked to the. I was working with GoFundMe back and forth. We did a FOIA to find out who if we can get the IP addresses of most of the signatures. For some reason, they are coming out of VPN from India. 98% of the signatures.
Now, what is all this stuff about the Indian nationalism I'm hearing about that people are saying that they're trying to start like controversy inside the U.S. Um,
Look, what I heard, I'll tell you what I heard, and I'm not going to support it with anything because at this point I do not know if this is true or wrong,
okay.
right? So this is the information what I just got aware of about 2 hours ago. I was told that the first thing, most of the signatories signing the petitions are not even American or Canadians. So these signatories somehow are connected to the IP addresses in India, right? So explain me what sense does it make for any Indian to jump into it, right?
Let's go.
So exactly. So me, what I think and believe, I could be wrong, but again, I'm repeating it again because this is an information which I was provided. I still I cannot verify it because I don't have no confirmed source. But this is what I heard, that this could be a political interference to break people away from Republican Party in America. Any Indians who might have voted or something not, we don't know. It could be a
Did,
political interference from the third party in American and Canadian system. Because look, we live in Canada and America, and we understand the importance of judicial process. We know what is going to happen. It's only someone who doesn't understand how the judicial process works definitely is going to think like that the petition would make a difference. We know the petition is not going to make a difference, so why would we even start a controversy like that?
Yeah, which that didn't make no sense for me whatsoever because only was adding fuel to the fire. Because the petition didn't make no
it,
sense because the petition was for reduce the sentence, but what sentence? There was no sentence even yet to
What
give to
sentence, right?
reduce,
Do,
right?
do, do you think that like there's people in India that are taking advantage of the situation to make Sikhs and Punjabis look bad? Like to malign them.
Yeah, but somehow it fires back on everyone brown. It doesn't matter what's your religion. You could be Sikh, you could be Muslim, you could be Hindu. Doesn't matter. Irrelevant. It fires back everybody. It firebacks on everybody. Anybody with brown skin. They don't know the difference. I remember 9/11. I was a student at that time, right? Bobby, would you believe? I don't know how old are you, but at that time I was in my class, right? Université Sherbrooke. It's like a French Quebecois, like pure Quebecois university, right? I went for my classes. I was sitting in there. 9/11 happened. Our teacher opened the TV and he showed. We saw the planes crashing, right? And trust me, not I was the only brown guy. Now everybody's
No,
looking
I
at
remember.
me.
I think I was. The Indian community got a lot of heat for that one. It's even had nothing to do with it. Remember that very good.
Yeah, I was sitting there,
Yeah, it was the
and everybody
Jews.
was looking at me, right? And
Oh yeah.
everybody was looking at me as if I did it. I'm like, what the hell is happening here? So I see the 9/11 happening again in different way, shape, and form. And if we do not recognize it, it will give we will let other countries, other political structures interfere in our systems, our lifestyle is not that. We believe in judicial system, we believe in judiciary, we know the justice system has a due process, and his rights will be protected, right? And we know that the judges and the jury and the law enforcement agencies, they will do the proper due diligence, and we believe in that. And I've been supporting that. I've been throwing in videos again and again. Guys, don't sign petitions.
Yeah, I
This
can't
this is
understand most of
not
it
the
is you
process.
talking your language, but I try to listen. Have American.
Yeah, I was the
Yeah.
I made about like 20 or 30 videos all over the platforms. I gave interviews. I explained the guys. But I know, but everybody I talked to, they tell me we didn't sign the petition. And some people who signed, they actually unsigned it. They took it off.
Yeah, because
So
it's getting wild too, bro. And then all the stuff that everybody's been throwing in there, like posting the pictures of like the white people accidents. I'm like, dude, I'm like, this is not helping the cause right now. This is just like on adding more fuel to the fire. And I don't know. I don't think me and you talked about this, but Happy talked about this. It's like Happy doesn't think it's true, but my opinion is that no matter what different nationality, like the driver was, either Russian, whatever, I think that community would be getting a lot of hate as well if it was their nationality was under the same situation, which happened. You know what I mean with that driver. But then a lot of Indian people are like, oh no, it's only. See, this is where I disagree because a lot of people are like, Indian people are like, oh no, this is only because they wear the turban and they're attacking us. I'm like, dude, they'd be attacking anybody whoever got their license against FMCSA regulations and did that crash. However, if it was a Polish guy here illegally, a Polish community attacked, But I get where you're coming from with the trauma from like 9/11 and stuff like that. But I just think it was the luck of the draw, like a shitty draw for you guys that he just happened to be Indian. You know what I mean?
They
it's not
had
only
that
Yep.
that,
one
bro.
Spanish guy.
I believe the longer you hold the burning coal in your hand, doesn't matter it's your hand or my hand, it's gonna burn.
Yeah, but the discrimination is not, like I understand because you guys are Indian, so you're thinking like everybody's discriminating against you guys. But it's like, dude, every different nationality, like even me growing up, I had discrimination Polish like a lot. So like, you know what I mean? Like every ethnicity is kind of like discriminated against as well by American people or internet trolls and so on and so on. So you guys kind of like you have to take a step back, like out of the box a little bit. You have to understand that. I mean, you guys are not the only ones that get discriminated against. I mean, like,
Look, I'm not complaining about us being discriminated. I don't care about that thing because I believe in positive enforcement. I've been discriminated from my childhood for my religion, for my beliefs, for being who I am. But that doesn't make me any less than anybody else. It makes me stronger. The more resistance I get, the better I become. So it's not something which I'm denying. And if I'm being discriminated, I'm not going to complain about it. And I'm pretty much sure so will even all my people. We will never discriminate against anybody because we know what the discrimination is.
Oh,
In
dude, you
Sikhs
should
were
read Happy's
84, there was a
DMs,
genocide.
dude. He discriminates all the time.
Hey, listen. I'll just say one thing, right? Uh, I'll discriminate, dude. I start discriminating now because, and the reason I'll tell you the reason for that, right? Um, the
Why are you
Mexicans, the
racist? Tell us.
blacks, the Somalians, the Russians, all these guys are talking shit about Punjabis and Sikhs and the turban and all that, right? Ever since it's happened. Now, listen, now I don't give a fuck. That changed my opinion. Before, I thought, you know what, like, you know, we're all one and, like, cool, you know, we all get along. And in the trucking industry, I'm talking about just the industry, right? Trucking. But now, listen, I discriminate, dude. Like, I'll fucking call you
Yeah,
a
but
wetback
Happy, are you Sikh?
if you're
Are you a
Mexican. Like,
Sikh?
I'll say shit like that. Like, what's up?
Happy, are you a Sikh? Are you a Sikh?
Yeah, bro, I'm Punjabi Sikh. Yeah, I was born in America. Punjabi Sikh.
Ekam pita ekam ke hum barag. I hope you know that, right? So you know what? Discrimination. How can you discriminate against your own brother? End of the day, I don't care. You're Polish, you're Russian, right?
Sorry to cut you off. What do you mean, my own brother? What do you mean by that?
Well,
These guys are
ekam
not my
pita
brothers, dude.
ekam ke hum barag, right? Ekam pita ekam ke hum barag. You're a
I don't know what
Sikh.
that
So
means.
this
Dude.
is this is
can't lie to
the
you.
fundamental teaching of Sikhism is there is only one father, and we are all sons of that father. So how can we discriminate? Yes, I know we are going through this situation.
Sorry
Yes,
to say it, dude.
it's,
Yeah, go ahead.
as I said, I know we're going through this kind of situation right now, but right now, unity is the most important thing, especially when the foreign influence is infiltrating. That is very important. And Americans won't understand that because they do not understand the external politics in other countries. We do. You do. I do. And I see and I know the modus operandi, how this thing happened, how this thing was. This it is spread all over the internet. The way it is happening, the way it is being done, I can see that.
Yeah,
I
but
can
the only
see
reason
that.
it's happening
Hey,
is
Sonny,
because of
Sonny.
political reasons. That's why Trump came out
Hey,
with the
listen.
English proficiency. Again, bro, I'm telling you, dude, guys, this is just because this guy happened to be Indian. But just how you guys get discriminated against. You know how many times I got called a stupid Polak? Go back to your country. Polacks are not. Like, dude, everybody gets discriminated against. But it's just this happened at the right political climate, the perfect storm. It just so happened this guy was Indian. Because you know what I mean. And then like so, everybody on the internet that's like trolls and all this stuff, yeah, are throwing. So like you guys, people make fun of the turban. People make fun of Polish people stupid. Or, like, and all these other things that people pick on, right? But I get it because you guys are getting like the brunt of everything. But I'm telling you, it's not not just totally based just on like being Indian. It's just because that dude happened to be Indian in that accident. And then also, yeah,
Well, the moves.
there's like deeper stuff that we're gonna get into. But again, like Indian people are not the only ones doing it. But all these different like European, all these people are like everybody's pissed off because they're bringing these people to us.
Well, you were
Migrant
just told
schools.
that you're a hyphenated
I
American,
know,
so
I
you
know.
know I was surprised to hear that. I'm like, oh man, that's deep.
Well, I mean, it is what it is. Listen, in my opinion, that guy had radical view. You know what I mean? Especially coming if he had an immigrant wife, I just contradicted himself in my opinion about what he said. And like,
Yeah, but that was deep when you were told that you were a hyphenated
and, hey,
American.
I'm
You're
okay
either
with that too,
American
bro.
or you're
Like,
not.
because you know what? No matter what, my wife is Polish, my kids are Polish. I want my culture, even though I'm American, I'm America. I still want the culture that I grew up in. I still want that in my household. I like the culture, like what it represents and like what it brings. So if nobody's gonna tell me that I can't have that, but just because that's my culture, I'm not. I don't really care. I mean, I'll look at Polish politics, whatever. I don't really care about what's going on. I care about what's going on here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's like the same thing, like, kind of the culture shock too. But then like people have to understand too. Again, it doesn't matter if you're Indian or Polish. You got these people coming from these countries. They're not like at least semi-culturized into what. I mean, hey, for everybody to call in right now, we're not going to take any call-ins right now because this is kind of like we pre-scheduled this. I'm just waiting for Sunny to get out of court. So for right now, we're going to freeze the calls. So I apologize. I know there's a lot of people trying to call in, but for right now, we're going to have to hold it. But you know what I mean? And then a lot of people look at all these different nationalities come here and do all this crazy shit. And that's why, like, I really think, like, in trucking, like, you should come here legally, you should, adapt to the culture a little bit, start taking classes, because, like, no matter what, like, I don't even care, like, if there's a Polish guy, I don't want no Polish guy in the truck with no driving 1,000 pounds on the road. I think it was just, like, such a big buildup in trucking where just, like, everything's just, internet trolls are definitely not helping it whatsoever right now.
Hey, Sonny, I just want to say one thing. Like, you made a point about unity. And in my opinion, right, for what I've seen over the past couple days, and I mean, like racism has always been around, right? Like these people like talk shit, right? A lot of these guys are just talking shit online. Like that's just the way it is. But there's no unity with people who are attacking your religion. They call you guys, they call us turban suburbans, and every single mistake, every single fault, even that other drivers are doing, they're pointing fingers at the Indian community only.
Yeah, but
I
that's,
saw
but
some.
that's, but
Hold on one
that's
second,
ignorance, bro.
I
That's
saw,
ignorance because they're gonna label
but there's
all
no
the other
unity
guys
with
that are
that, though. You
similar
know,
skin
like
color to you.
why would we want to unite? Why would like our people want to unite with the ones who are
You
calling
know,
disturbance
wrong?
and revolution?
Like because you're not fighting hate with hate is not gonna get you anywhere, dog.
I
I mean,
think it is, dude. Like, I mean,
Happy,
I
it's
think, look,
not.
no, happy,
the way my thinking is, it's an eye for an eye. You understand? You
no,
disrespect
happy.
me, I
The
disrespect you.
thing
You
is,
show me respect, I show you respect. Simple as that.
no, happy. The thing is, I'll tell you what. You call yourself an American, right? You're an American, right?
Yeah.
So,
Are you
look,
hyphenated?
being an American. No,
I don't
I
know.
don't think so. I don't think so. It doesn't,
Well, what's that
sound
even
like
mean?
me. So I'm a hyphenated Canadian, maybe, but I'm not. I don't believe I am. But look, I'll tell you what. Even though there are a lot of ignorant people who do not understand what is your First Amendment right, right? We have Charter of Right here. So
Yeah.
even though there are a lot of Canadians who don't understand the Charter of Rights, and they're leaders, they're actually leading the political parties, and they do not understand the Charter of Rights. Same way in America, there are people who do not understand your First Amendment right, right? They're not true Americans. They believe that they're Americans because they were born there, but that doesn't make you American. America is the greatest country on earth, has been for longest
Yeah, but
time.
what is America?
And
They came here, got rid of all the Indians, and then all the immigrants started coming in, right? But again, like what I mean, for anybody who tells me like, oh,
it's a melting
American,
pot.
are you
It's a
Native
melting
American?
pot.
You're not Native American, and guess what, buddy? You're not original OG American. I'm sorry to tell you. I'm sorry to tell you that, bro. I don't give a fuck how many grandparents, great grandparents were in America. You're not an original American because America belonged to the Indians. I mean, we came here, we took it, right?
Yeah, but we're
Yeah,
talking
a
about
lot of these
historical
guys.
listing. But
Yeah. Now go ahead. Sorry.
I'm going towards a more look. My perspective is more in different ways, going towards your amendment rights. America was created on the amendment rights, right? Your rights. Same way Canada came into shape in 1980s with the Charter of Rights.
Freedom of religion, one of them.
Freedom is religion is one of them, right? And if someone doesn't understand the First Amendment right, that doesn't it, I don't know how to call him an American. That's it, simple as it is. If some Canadian tells me that I cannot celebrate my religion because I'm in Canada, he doesn't understand what Canada is. Maybe he was born here. And trust me, I've read every sentence of Charter of Right. I've understood it deeply, and I respect it. And that is the reason a lot of people do not understand why I'm so open about all my views. Even though I practice one religion, my wife is of different religion. At my home, we have totally different environment. But you know what? This is what Canada and America are. And I don't believe that if you're an American, you should let these people bother you. You're an American, I'm a Canadian. Even if some people we have different views, that doesn't make us any less or them any less. They have their own right of having their own view.
Yeah, I just think it's a culture thing, bro. Like, I mean, because obviously, been in America for a while, happy you've been American a while. I think like all that stuff that that happens. That again, not just naming one nationality, but anybody that comes from these countries comes here, they're still doing the shit that they would be doing in their home country, instead of trying to kind of blend in and get a little bit more American. So I kind of think that's where a lot of the hate comes from. You know what I mean? Well, as you can tell, you're Americanized, right? Happy, you're obviously Americanized a little bit. And like the people that are coming here,
No.
again, I know Happy told me these ain't your people, whatever people they are, they wash their feet, whatever. I mean, that's like stuff people can't be doing. And I think right now, just the hatred so bad, I think you guys are getting everything. What they're saying is bad that's going on. But I think this is just what happens when you throw in people from different countries that don't understand the language or not here, got used to the thing at all. And then, they throw them out in the world and these people, like, go interchange with them in the real world. And that's where all the hate starts building up. And that's why, like, we can't go to a different country and then try to do, like, if it's normal to us, it's not going to be normal to them. And I think that's where, a lot of the hate's coming from.
Like school shootings, right? Like it's not normal in India. It's normal in America.
Well, then, I
You
mean,
know
let's
that?
get into school shootings, but I'm telling you,
Amongst
then we got to get into, the antidepressants and the way kids are raised and a whole nother, whole nother subject. And
Okay,
it's
well,
struggling.
I guess we
and
should
Bob,
get
I
back
just want to say one
to
thing. Like we spoke about the amendment, right? First Amendment. Just so people know, right? Sikhs actually believe in the Second Amendment. It's a part of our religion. Like, I'm not gonna get like too deep into it, but a lot of Sikhs actually support the Second Amendment, and it's actually a part of our religion. No, not the
the
amendment
religion
itself,
is
but
born. The religion
yeah,
is born of Second Amendment.
our religion supports to like self.
Actually, in fact, the first as well. If you study Sikhism, all the amendments are a part of the Sikhism.
Well, then we should also, understand and happy instead of just getting mad at everybody. Then respect the First Amendment and let them say what they gotta say. Just blow
Hey,
it out.
it's
Just
my
blow it
First
out.
Amendment too. Yeah, Bobby, I told you it's an eye for an eye, dude.
Bro,
Like,
see,
if you're gonna talk shit, I'm
if
gonna
the
talk
whole
shit
world did
back.
an eye
It's
for an eye,
simple like
everybody
that.
will be blind, dog. You can't do that. Much as
I,
you want
I,
to,
Okay.
I'll disagree, Bobby. I'll disagree, man.
I mean, you can
Okay,
I
disagree,
was,
buddy.
but
listen,
living in
man.
this
I
world, be
respect
blind,
you,
bro.
right? I respect what you do, but like, I'll disagree with that statement 100%, dude.
Okay,
Listen,
let's go back to
I'm
the
waiting till the day.
topic.
I'm just waiting till the day one of these guys say some shit in person at a truck stop.
And he
That's
get beat
all
up.
I'm waiting for. I cannot wait.
Happy's gonna be calling and he got beat up in a truck stop.
No. I'm not. I'll
Happy,
send you a video, dude. I'll record it. I'm waiting
happy,
for the day,
happy,
man.
happy,
But a
Listen,
lot of the
buddy,
happy,
noise,
happy,
I'm
I
gonna
happy.
get
know,
back
I
into
know a lot of
Sonny.
the noise is on mine.
I actually got super prepared for this today, Sonny, so I'm ready to get into all. Kind of got a peek
Okay,
at
let's
the,
get back to the topic of the Florida. First thing, my sympathies towards those three people who lost their life, and it's not easy for the families, and I recognize that, and I'm sure with me, everybody will agree to it that it's not easy to lose your family members in an accident where you don't expect that to happen, right?
but there was
And
a lot of negligence.
my deepest sympathies to the family, and I apologize for what happened to their family members. And let's get back to the topic on this. Look, of course, I do not represent everybody in my community, I'm sure. But there are people in my community who would agree with me, especially in Canada and America, because we consider ourselves Canadians and Americans, that we believe in due system. We believe in law enforcement agencies, their investigations, their process. The judge and jury, they will decide what will happen to this person. We 100% from our we support law enforcement agencies and the judicial system. Whatever is going to happen is going to happen. But the petition definitely is not the part of our agenda. Me, I don't know who started that personally. I saw that somebody from Australia, God bless her, whatever not, she abused the name of Punjabi people because she cannot speak for everybody Punjabi, or she cannot speak for everybody Sikh. One person cannot do it, just in the way I cannot speak for everybody Sikh or Punjabi. I do not have that authority. Nobody has. So, secondly, when we saw that kind of signs coming, signatures coming in, I was curious. So I had a discussion and back and forth emails. I'll provide you later, Bobby, with go from us with the change.org. And we asked them, what do you see? And I got on the phone, and finally I was able to figure out that a lot of signatories are from India. So that
There was
doesn't
way too
speak
many
for
of
us
them just to be
Canadian,
from
and
America. I think Mike, it was like it's already
yeah,
like 3 million almost, something, right?
yeah, and most of them are coming from only few IP addresses. So that is something is going on fishy behind that, and we as Canadian and Americans, I understand the judicial process. So definitely, I know I'm not going to interfere in that process with such a premature petition when I know that there is no sentencing. That would be really nonsensical, and and at this point, it overshadows the pain Indian community and Sikhs and all the truck drivers, irrelevant of what culture or background or religion you are. It overshadows the pain what we all feel for the family. And the conversation went away from those family members, from those three people, to this petition, which is not even the doing of us. And this is where I feel it is important for everybody to understand. No, it's not us, and especially considering that in America it's only a million Sikhs. How could a million Sikhs sign 3 million petition in the petition? You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's not a community effort. It's something beyond that. And I'm sure if FBI or CIA would look into it, they will be able to recognize the foreign interference, and it's their job, not our job. Our job is to only raise concern. I raised my concern from the very starting when I saw it, and and I raised a concern that, look, first thing, it doesn't make no sense. Secondly, why is this happening right now? even if it happened in some other driver's case, every case is isolated. And I understand that every case is isolated. There are isolated evidence, there are isolated scenarios, testimonies, highway conditions. I do accident reconstruction. So I know that they will still go back and do the accident reconstruction, and maybe they will figure out something else.
Yeah, the whole thing, the petition and the GoFundMe right away, red flag. Yeah. Definitely, especially the petition. Like I said, it was said to reduce the sentence, right? Which obviously the sentence, yeah. So I mean, it's just a whole shit show. At least, like I said, a lot of you guys, at least like are acknowledging this, admitting it. I mean, because
Most people, well, sorry to cut you off. Like most people are acknowledging it,
sorry to
and
cut you off.
like it is a little late. So
A little late.
I mean, yeah, it's a little too late because like a lot of people already signed them, right? A lot of people signed the petitions. So
Yeah, but then, because I think like as long as most of the industry is agreeing that it was definitely at fault. We all know that. So that happened. Everything from all the way to the far right lane turned into Price Place, all the way to the end to the look on his face, which is, I understand like not everybody's react the same way, but I mean there was just zero emotion, not even like oh my god or any, you know what I mean? I mean the whole thing just looked bad.
Yeah, but Bobby, I would stop you there. I will stop you there. Okay, look, you know my education, you know the things I have gone through, you know my past a little bit, right? When I face difficult times or scenarios where I really should be reacting in a different way, I smile and I laugh. And people think I'm a psychopath, but what they do not understand that I'm taking my 8 second off and I'm trying to calm myself down, and I'm thinking how to react. And I know sometimes I'm always ahead of people and I know what I'm going to say, but I still take my time, and it's my natural reaction, smiling.
I get it.
So
Me too.
would that
Sometimes in
tell you
fucked
that
up
I'm a
situations,
psychopath?
smile,
No,
but
I'm
there
not.
was no smile though. There was no smile. There was no remorse. There was
Yeah,
no.
but that's the thing. The guy was in shock. And the thing is, you're not a psychologist. I'm not a psychologist. I
I'm
would
just
say
talking
that
my
we
opinion.
leave it to the justice system to, because when you say that, you are actually you are adding ears to his sentence without even
Well,
understanding
you can't
that
because if there's guidelines, I
somebody's.
mean, they could smack him with the whatever the max is, but you know what I mean. But like your opinion is your opinion, and it could be something we disagree on. But
Well, yeah, but
in my
that's the thing.
opinion, I mean, zero
I
emotion in the
know
position.
opinions matter nothing in the court. If there will be a psychological evaluation that will bring the truth out. We don't even know. Do you know his father passed away not long ago? Yes, he could be dealing with the PTSD. I don't know. After 5 years, I'm still dealing with my father's passing away. So
Yeah, but I
you
mean,
know
dude,
what?
if a minivan
Everybody
rams
handles
into
it
your
differently.
trailer, bro, and you see that, like, there has to be some
hey
level of
Bobby,
Everybody
reaction.
handles it differently. Everybody handles it different. I'm not defending him. I'm just saying let the system do its due diligence. There is a system. They will do his psychological evaluation. There is a reason they dressed him in. They might even be doing the anti-suicide, whatever the test they will do, that if he's suicidal or not. They're doing a psychological evaluation. We do not know it. We don't know what's going on. So
Well, I'm not telling you
let
I
the
know. I'm
system
just
do
telling you
do
what
it.
my opinion on. Like I
Yeah,
said, we
well,
could have
that's your opinion. Perfectly. You have a right to your opinion, but at the same time, I have a right to my opinion too.
right.
And my opinion is that we let the justice system do its due diligence. There is a justice system
Well,
for a
justice is
reason.
not
There are
going to be fair for
specialists
him,
for a
regardless
reason.
of this. Can't, you know what I mean? They're definitely going to slap him with the max they possibly can. Which, in my opinion, that's unfair. You know what I mean? It happened, what happened, but I mean, he should, being political, he's not going to get fair.
Well, listen, Bobby, between you and me, the process just started. Let's see how long the process takes. Let's see what happens. Will they crucify him? Will they not crucify him? Will something else come up? We don't know. The evidence might come up. I've seen scenarios where the evidence came at the last moment just before the trial. Some new testimony kicked in. We don't know. Like the trials are very flexible, very unexpected. Can happen at any point, right? So we don't know what is going to happen. Maybe there will be okay. Just imagine. Maybe there will be a political shift in America. Revolution starts. Something happens, and Democrats come back. Things change absolutely. Something else happened. You don't know,
That's
right?
true.
So
Contracts
we should be
on.
ready for everything, right?
Yeah.
What it
Anything can
looks like
happen.
is it's getting a lot of attention, but I think what's going to happen is they're going to try to lead this court case like an example
Yeah.
to everyone else going forward.
Which is unfair towards him. But I mean, I'll definitely that. But I mean, they're definitely gonna try to make an example, like Sonny's saying, bro. But I don't think another 3 years for political change. Rough, dude. It's gonna be rough, but I mean, we'll see.
and I know everything's on camera, right? Everything's on the video,
Yeah, everything.
but how come people don't say innocent until proven guilty. That still applies here, dude. Like no
Dude,
matter
come on,
how
bro.
you feel
Yeah,
about.
dude. There is
No,
no
no, no.
innocent until proven guilty. When you get
Dude,
locked up for something, no matter
no,
what
no,
color
no,
you
no,
are,
no,
dude.
Bobby.
Dude,
That's the benefit of the American justice
but
system.
that's
That's
not true. That's
it
bullshit.
applies
That's
to
the
everybody,
same.
dude.
Bro, how many times I got locked up so many times in my life when I was younger, bro? You think I was innocent until proven guilty? No, I had to bail out or stay in jail until I got a court case, and then if I beat it or not, dude, there is no. It's nice to say that, but that doesn't happen in America, bro. It doesn't happen in America.
No,
Bobby,
he's
I
still
understand.
like
I
Roger.
agree
Roger's
with you,
saying he's
Bobby.
entitled to due process. I mean, he's right.
Is
Yeah.
guilty by society. He's already proven guilty by social media. I
Yeah.
understand, but social media people, they don't understand. You have a Seventh Amendment for a reason.
I mean, but
Your
he
Seventh
is
Amendment
guilty.
is for a
So
reason.
you
Dude.
guys,
He
yeah,
is
Bobby.
guilty, dude. Come on.
You remember a couple years ago, and during COVID, Kyle Rittenhouse,
Yeah.
right? He was guilty in the public, but
Yeah,
he was,
but he was
you know,
innocent.
went through the trial.
I've
Yeah,
actually,
no, he's
I actually
but
studied
like
that.
the
I watched a lot
public,
of
the
videos.
majority
Like,
of the
it
public.
was self-defense, and
Yeah.
the media was, but I knew he wasn't guilty, and he ended up walking
No,
out. But we know
obviously
this
he-
guy's guilty. Can't compare it to those two. We've seen all the footage. And
Yeah,
all the
well,
evidence,
that's
so
the
we
thing.
know this guy.
Knowing is always very
I'll,
complicated. You know,
I'll
but
disagree, dude.
I mean,
there's still be a
disagree.
lot of other evidence which could come back. Which
But
I mean, okay, I'll tell you something. Okay, I was working. I'll send you the document. I'll send you the judgment, and you will be able to say.
Well, no, I get what you're saying, but I mean,
Recent,
what evidence? The dude from right lane went through unauthorized U-turn. We have it on videos. I mean, there's
look,
guilty.
I'm not defending the guy. I'm not defending the guy, but I'm also defending his Seventh Amendment. You really have to comprehend the difference between both. He has a Seventh Amendment.
Okay, so
If he was
okay,
in Canada,
let's
he
just
had
move
a
on to a
charter.
different subject. I mean, it's okay to have different opinions. That's fine. So now let's get into the. Okay, so the license, right, against the FMCSA regulations. What do you? I mean, you're into law a little bit. I mean, I know it's Canadian, not American. So what do you think about that?
Look, ELP was a good decision, and I
No, I'm
agree
saying
with it
just
100%.
him receiving the license technically legally through Washington and California, but technically illegal due to the FMCSA regulation of asylum seekers or visa people should not be getting their CDL license issued.
If FMCSA has that regulation, why was it not enforced?
Well,
That's what I want to understand. He passed through multiple scales before. He was given a ticket. He was
Well, we
given a
don't know.
violation.
Don't know why, because I mean, obviously liberal states, liberal regulations. We know he got stopped in New Mexico, right? Like a week or two or three, whatever. For that, after the ELP was, well, again, we're not having this conversation to try to crucify this guy. We're not. We're just having a conversation because people are talking about. So, like I said, I just want to get everybody's point of view. You know me. I'm not going to sit here and try to get like I got you moments or anything. I mean, we're just having a conversation. So, don't think that any of this is, you know what I mean, to just like for anything negative or anything. But this is what like, everybody's talking about. You know what I mean? So this is what I want to just walk through, and you know what I mean, then just have a normal conversation without like arguing or you're welcome to your opinion. After you're welcome to your opinion, welcome to my opinion. Oh heart, nothing bad here. So, like in my opinion, I just think it's like super bad that like here's what happens, right? Like again, it's not just like Indian people or any other people. Just like I don't like the fact that even like Russian people, Indian people, or other people, they will bring these drivers here, get them these licenses, states, however they get their license, they get it, and then they take advantage of these people by paying them like lower wages, right? So like that's kind of like just like using your own people, your own culture, stuff like that, like to profit for yourself. And technically, you're screwing these people. Then you got like situations like this that happens. Like this guy went, somebody made money off him, and now he's paying the price and going to prison. When honestly, in my heart, I really believe this guy came to this country trying to drive a truck, make money for his family, send money back to his family, whatever. And now he's ending up going to prison. But the people that actually benefited from this are the companies that are using the system to get financial gains off of it.
Yeah, they should go
Okay,
after the company.
let us handle your question step by step. Okay, first thing, when we call him illegal alien, right? As far as I heard, he was an asylum seeker. He was a refugee, right?
Well, he came in illegally first, then
Yeah.
bonded out on whatever the bond. Then he applied for asylum, whatever, during
So
2019. He got
So how does
denied.
it work? Once you file asylum claim or refugee claim, you're not present in America legally. You're still
Well, you're
illegal.
waiting for your court. Like I'm not arguing the fact that weasel.
No, I'm asking because I'm curious. I'm
No.
curious because I understand Canadian system.
Yeah, well, the whole thing is he came here illegally. He got locked up, right? So while he was on and locked up and whatever with the immigration or whatever, he applied for asylum. Didn't get it through the Trump administration, but he did receive able to bond himself out while he's waiting for court cases, whatever, right? He was out. So I think right there that technically got denied, but after he was out on bond, I think technically they made him illegal. But then the Biden administration
No.
made him legal
Bobby.
to asylum.
Once you get out on bond,
one at a time.
you gotta work for him.
One at a time. Correct. Okay, so I'm not arguing the fact that he was here legally or illegally. The fact is that that license was given to him, like not applying to the FMCSA regulations. We clearly state
Which regulation we are talking about? What regulation we are talking about?
I'll tell you right now, bro. I got it. Being prepared, bro.
Because as far as I know, that in Canada, right, we have an equivalent regulation, 49 CFR 383.71, under subsection F and 2, right? FMCSA guideline clearly says that the person has to be legally, lawfully present in America. So once he filed asylum or refugee, that actually makes him a refugee, gives him a legal presence.
Unfortunately, I'm not good at remembering.
No, because I work with Canadian, right? So once somebody files refugee, they get work permit, right? Once they get a work permit, they can get the commercial driver license, and this is equivalent to the FMCSA standards because we do follow the similar standards as FMCSA.
That's how it works over here too.
Yeah. So that's 49 CFR 383.71. No, .11 is the full standards, but go to 49 CFR. Google it up. 383.71. Sub F, sub 2. F in the brackets, F and 2. F2. FMCSA, whatever, CFR 49 is a CFR anyways. And if you go to the third line, like the second paragraph, you will see a lawful presence document, which is a refugee document as well. So that makes you lawful.
But yeah, but he had an asylum. Disqualifies you. And
Yeah,
also,
it includes the asylum and refugee claim. Once you filed refugee, they have your biometrics. You are legally present in America.
I'm being told by somebody in the audience that there is two types of asylums.
Yeah, but bring the guy up in the comments.
Pardon me?
The guy said there's two types of asylum. He said he'll make it quick in 2 minutes. So
I don't have him call in, bro. And what's his name?
I can't read that, but he's in Punjabi. He writes in like a different.
Yeah. So and then second part is the English proficiency test, which qualified him through.
So why did they give him the driving license?
Because it was Washington, California, obviously liberal states. With again,
And you know, in Oregon.
And this is the government's fault again because they started pushing all this, driver shortage bullshit. You know what I mean, and all this other stuff. They started coming in, which is definitely, wasn't true. And obviously,
So technically, it's a systemic failure.
Oh yeah, so definitely a systemic failure. I'm not arguing that whatsoever.
Like I said, in Ontario, it's the same thing. It's a systemic failure. They privatized the driving licenses, and it's a systemic failure. So we're basically crucifying the guy for the systemic
Well, I
failure.
understand. That's why I just said I feel bad for the dude because now he, got here, so somebody else can make money. Now he's paying for it. You know what I mean? Which like people again, like I get there's loopholes and trust me, but I've taken advantage of loopholes and a bunch of shit in my life as well. But it's like I just think that these companies are just bringing these people in and just taking advantage of them. And you got a situation like this where this guy's gonna be in jail for a long time. And, you know what I mean? That they never should have done that. I mean, there's definitely gonna be a huge crackdown now. I think somebody else earlier said in Canada they closing like a bunch of schools. Is that accurate or?
Maybe that was California.
Another thing too is the commercial driver's license. It's a federal license, even though it's issued by state. They have to meet federal requirements, so states might be held accountable.
Yeah, but that's the problem, bro. But then the states are exempt from being held accountable. So it's like you can't. I mean, like now the family of the victims can't even go after California and Washington for giving them a license because they're exempt from.
Bobby, I apologize. I just got an email from the judge. I have to go in the meeting. I seriously apologize.
It was a pleasure.
I'm sure he's taking care of business.
No, it's now we have a big hearing the day after tomorrow. So I think there's something. I apologize. I will see you back again if I'm done soon.
I'm getting out, bro. It's been 2 hours. I gotta get back to the normal work.
Hey,
So
thank you, bro. Much love, brothers. God bless you guys.
All right, thanks, Sonny.
Later,
God bless.
Ciao, bro.
Hey, Bobby.